Hey everybody, welcome to live training session number 1 for the wedding season challenge number 2. So in this one, we're going to dive right in. Last one, I kind of let you guys go on whatever niche you wanted to. This time, I'm going to grab you by the ears and steer you right into the engaged niche because that's where I found my winner from the previous challenge. So I'm going to dive right into that. It is going to work very well this way. So we're going to use Gearbubble because they're converting the best for me. You can definitely use other places too, like Shine On if you want. But I'm finding Gearbubble is just converting best. So I'm going to use that. That's what I'm going to show. That's what I'm going to teach in this one. And this is what I wanted to do. I thought I'd do something different here just to start off the webinar. Well, first, give me a 1 in the chat box if you can hear me and see my screen. Okay, give me 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh yeah, and then we got to do the usual. Where's everybody located? So I'm in London. It is overcast and really weird weather. It's super warm, but it's like overcast. Oh man, we got worldwide again. We got Boston, and we've got Malaysia, and we've got British Columbia. Jeez, Key Largo, Florida, right on. Nice. Must be hot there in the summer. I can't even imagine. It's like 86 up here. Fahrenheit, and I'm melting. I couldn't even imagine Florida. All right, so let's dive in. This is what I want to show you guys. In your Gearbubble dashboard, this is what I want you guys to do, so I'm going to show you. I want you to be able to click this. Then I want you to go here and click Start Payout. Then I want you to click PayPal Details and Confirm. That's what I want you guys to be able to do, okay? Because now that is on the way to my PayPal. And I want you guys to be able to do that too. So I just want to show you that that is possible. The people are making money. It is still working. We're right smack in the middle of summertime, but still it's working very well. All right, so now what are we going to do? We're going to do 2 things, step 1 and 2, which is research and getting designs done. So I'm going to go here and I'm just going to open up a new tab. And what I want you guys to do too, for the new people on here, the research part, we're going to create a sheet. And then in the sheet, we're going to put all of our stuff. So I'm going to put this wedding season challenge number 2 research. And then the usual, okay? So for you, those that have been on here, you know what I'm going to do. Image, quote, status, notes. And then I'm just going to highlight that, bold, here. Oh, white, and then there, go black. There we go. So this is what I'm going to use for my kind of home base. So you can put the date in here too. You can put whatever column headings you really want. Now, did any of you find anything? Because in here, I did put something. Actually, it looks like nobody did it. Okay. So down here, I said, go find one. Find the best engaged necklace online and post a screenshot of it in a new thread. So I still want you guys to do that. Go into this section, and I want you to find like good ones, and I want you to post them in here because we can all get ideas from each other too. All right. So go to this section, the wedding season challenge, and start a new thread. And I want you to post like any good necklace you find that's an engaged one. So when we're talking engaged, I'm going to narrow it down for you again. I'm going to say we're going to do a man buying for a woman because that's where I'm having success. And the surprising thing is it seems to be the older guys are buying these more than the younger guys. So not that the younger guys don't buy them, but I think the older guys that are on like round 2 of their marriage or round 3, I don't know if they are trying a little bit harder or trying to make their fiance feel a little bit more special, but it seems to be that the older guys are working. So I'll get into that in the next one where we get into the targeting. But for now, what we got to do is get some ideas in here. So I'm going to show you where to go. And we're going to start with the good old one. Actually, let's go here. Type that in, to my future wife, and then necklace. So the reason I'm saying future wife instead of fiance is because there's so much confusion in the US between fiance and fiance with 2 E's. So if you look here, to my future wife, fiance. So right here, that's in Canada and like most of the rest of the world. That's the male. That's not the female. The female is 2 E's. So what I've been doing is kind of going, well, let's go to my future wife instead, because that really clears it up. And then when you go worldwide, it works a little bit better. Now you could go bride to be, you could go whatever you want, but I think this, when I go to my future wife, we can get a lot of good ones. So here's actually, I don't even know what this is. Oh, here's an example. So to my future wife, before I met you, I never knew what it was like to be able to smile at someone for no reason. I just want to hold your hand at 80 and say we made it. There you go, bingo. So let's take a screenshot. Ooh, messing up. A screen grab. And again, I use Snagit for all my screenshots, but you can use whatever you want. And then we'll go here, we'll go File, Save As, and we'll go, where should we put this? Let's go to Challenges. Let's go Wedding Season Challenge 2. Oop, too many 2s. We'll put it in here. There. And then we'll go here. Oop, Pop-up City. Go here, and we'll insert this. So there is, somebody showed a way where you could insert it right from the URL, which is like this. I think. Can I copy that? Can't copy the URL. But if you go equals image in here and then type in the URL, it can work. But I'm just going to stick to my way, because if that page changes or anything, then I'm not going to have a hard copy of it. So I do like the way that somebody showed, but I'm going to stick to what I know best here. There. Just because now I've got like a hard copy of that image, and I know if that page goes down, I'm not going to have to worry about it. Ooh, my mouse is not liking me today. Come on, mouse. Oh. Let's go bigger. There we go. Okay. And the quote. And this is what you guys are going to be doing. To my future wife. Before I met you, I never knew what it was like to be able to smile at someone for no reason. Now I'll use, excuse me, I'll use a hyphen instead of a period, just because it looks better on the design. I just want to hold your hand and say we made it. Wait, oh, I wrote that wrong. I just want to hold your hand at 80. So I just want to hold your hand and say we made it at 80. Well, same thing. And then I would put like an I love you on there. So status is pending. Now I would probably break that up into 2. Just because it's a little long and we need a little bit more room or a little bigger text. So that text itself, it looks good on the mock-up. Mock-ups always look good. But then when you get into actually holding the thing in your hand, it probably would be a little bit difficult to see. So let's go with like cut it in half, and then there's like 2 necklaces there. And so this is Shine On, somebody's Shine On store, which has got a lot going on here. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know, man. These sales pages from Shine On are just not doing it for me. They're too busy. So let's look at, I thought more would come up here. Let's go to images. See what else comes up. A lot of people are flooding the market with the message cards, which, by the way, for those that don't know, Gearbubble is coming out with message cards. So, and actually, I know a couple of people were already saying to me, well, they copied off Shine On. Well, actually, Don launched message cards in like, I think 2016 or 2017, and he never pursued it. But he launched it as a private product, and he's got proof of this too. I've actually seen it. It's pretty cool. Well, there are a couple of Future Wife ones on here. So let's look at this. That's Amazon, but that's okay. To my future wife, I was a little late to be your first, but I am prepared to do anything to be your everything. I can't wait to marry the love of my life. Love your future. That's cool. That's on Amazon too, right on. So let's take a screenshot of that. Now I can tell right by the mock-up that that is a shine-on mock-up. But in our research phase, all we're doing is researching. So we're not really filtering much. We're just trying to find as many as we can because we want to have a huge like data. This is like our database, a huge database to pick from. When we go to the next phase, which is creation, which actually I'm going to show you creation on this webinar. So I'm not going to spend the whole webinar doing research. I'm also going to show you creation so that we can get a head start for webinar number 2. To my future wife, I was a little late to be your first, but I'm prepared to do anything to be your everything. That's I'm gonna change that. So I took what they said and I changed it. I said theirs is a little different. I don't like the flow of it. Maybe it's working, I don't know. But you can take that idea and then you can write your own quote based on that idea right in your sheet too. So I said, to my future wife, I was a little late to be your first, but I cannot wait to be your last. Cannot wait to be your last. Okay. I can't wait to marry you. I love you. Something as simple as that can work really, really well. And then under notes, I'll put change the quote a bit, just so I know I'm not going senile and changing that. That's good. I like that. All right, let's go back here. Look at this one. To my future wife, I love you. To my future wife, I love you. I am who I am because of you. You are every reason, every hope, and every dream I've ever had, and no matter what happens to us in the future, every day we are together is the greatest day of my life. I will always be yours. Love, your husband. Ooh. Okay, well, let's. I don't even. I just think that's very wordy. So let's try this one. To my future wife, I was a little late to be your first, but I'm prepared to be your last. I can't wait to marry the love of my life. Well, that's actually, I really like that design. So the other good part is when we're. Oh, geez, that didn't work. When we're doing research, you can skip over ones, but if you like designs but you don't really care about the quote, you can also add that to your folder, because when we do go to order, we should give like the designer some things that we like to give them an idea, and that's why when we create this, the more we add, the merrier. So I didn't add the previous one because I didn't like the design and I didn't like the quote. So to my future wife, this is much like what I just did. A little late to be your first, but I'm prepared to be your last. Wonder if this is the same person. I can't wait to marry the love of my life. Okay. Like the design. So that is a design. I believe this is for the wife of a cop. I'm guessing because of the badge and the blue. So I could show this to a designer and say, I really like this design. Can you do this up and just switch out the, the badge and the blue and the couple part for like a flower or a heart or some roses or something like that. But that is a very cool design. It's kind of small to read, but if you put less text on it, and that's, I really like that, the style of letters and everything. That's cool. So I wonder if I do a reverse image search, if I can find it. Where is reverse image? It'll be right here. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Is that it? There it is. It's images. Okay, so now I'm going to search my image. Okay, there we go. Upload. Choose file. Let's see if Google can find this. Anywhere on the webs. Ooh, very cool. So, possible related search is there. To my wife, let's see if it's this one. No, but now we're cooking with gas because see what I did? So the reverse image search actually brought up a lot of related ones. And now I can go to town because I've got like so many options here. See how that worked? I found one I liked, and then I did a reverse search, and now it's going to show me a whole ton of related ones that I can add to my database. Cool, right? Okay, insert image. Now this one, I'll look at it in a second. Looks like they kind of niched down. So they said, yeah, I like the wife niche. Well, that's wife. Well, we can do future wife too. So this is a wife necklace. Actually, that's future wife. I'm going to show you something. I like the design on this. So I'm more looking at the design, but I can change it. So I go to my future wife. Without you, I'm nothing. Didn't I do this one? I think I did. With you, something. Together, we are. I think I did this one before. I love you. There. So I changed the text. Okay, so I've got another one. I like the text because it's easy to read. This one is going down to a wife of a trucker, but we can easily switch that out to a fiance, and we can remove the trucker part. I personally, there's no real way to target wives of truckers unless you target, I don't even know. Well, actually you could. You could target men who are truckers and are married for that one, or you could target men who are engaged, in our case, and are truckers. But I think maybe a wife, maybe a husband who is a trucker is a bigger pool, definitely, than a guy who's engaged and is a trucker. Because if you're in the engaged pool, it's already a lot smaller than the married one. So I don't think we want to niche down like this. If you're in the wife niche, that's probably a good idea. If you really want to get into specific professions, so you could even say like, you know, you could do the exact same design and you could say like, love your accountant, or love your construction worker, or love your teacher, or love whatever the profession of the man is. We can do that because then we could target married and the profession. So married and profession with the wife niche, that would work. That's not a bad idea. But for engaged, we're not going to do it because the engaged niche is so much smaller already. So let's go back here. And now this is what I saw. Look at all these babies that came up. So visually similar images. That's exactly what we want. What's this one? Okay. Let's go here. Open this in a new tab. Now we're going down the rabbit hole here. So we click it. To my beautiful wife, without you I'm nothing, with you I have everything, I love you. Yeah, all right, not too bad. There's that trucker one. And a lot of others are coming up. There's one. People really like that saying. Yeah. To my wife. Wow, look at all. So somebody really went to town on this. So let's take, I actually don't mind that design. And whenever you see the background like that, you can tell that somebody actually did have this done up on Fiverr. So that design is pretty cool. We could use, we're looking for designs and we're looking for quotes. So don't get stuck on the quote if you don't like the quote, because it doesn't matter. Because if you like the design, then make sure you definitely add that one into your into the old sheet here. Let's go here. And then let's go. So, oops, make that a little bigger. A little smaller. Okay. So this one just says to my, so we would say future wife. So we're taking wife ones and we're converting them. Without you, I'm nothing. With you, I'm something. Now, if we see this quote all over the place, we could probably still get a piece of this, because it apparently the quote's working. Somebody stumbled on it. So we could just be doing up new designs for this quote. There. So we've got a couple already. We're at what, 5? So let's go back here. And this is where it gets fun, because you can spend all day doing this. Again, like, yeah, somebody took one and they just said, here, designer, take my quote and put it on everything. That's cool too. To my wife, without you have nothing. Actually, I like that design. Oh, stupid mouse. I don't know why it does that. So we're design shopping and we are quote shopping. Insert image Excel brown. Good part is I won't have to retype this, because I can just copy this one. Copy, paste. Cool design, there we go. Okay, let's see. I'm guessing I'm getting all related, the same design, because it's looking for that writing on there. It's probably what's happening with the reverse image search. Yeah, because it's looking for that. Okay, there's a couple. All right, so let's go back to the main one. And let's start looking here. To my wife. Okay. Well, let's go to this on Amazon, get a bigger one. Now, another thing. You might see this price super low on Amazon, because Amazon is always where the people who are looking for the cheapest thing ever go to buy stuff. But that doesn't have to be your target market. So don't be thrown off if you see a lower priced necklace. You can and should charge more than these guys are charging. Oh, I don't like that. Why did I do that? Oh, I think I moused over too soon. Give it a second. There. There. That's better. So that design is kind of cool, and although the writing is off, I'll show you what I mean here. Once I get it in the sheet, it doesn't flow right because the way they wrote put the future part is not right. So see how it says, like, it reads to my wife, future, I love you. I don't like that. That's mucked up. It should be, the text is wrong. but the design is okay. It's solid. It just reads really bad. So when you're getting them done, I'll let your weird quote too. All that you have been and all you are yet. Well, actually, okay, this is an example of one that I wouldn't do. I'm going to pick it apart here. Quote is weird. Design doesn't flow. Okay, so right here, people read left to right. So it says, to my wife, future, I love you for all you are, all that you have been, and all you are yet to be. Weird quote. I like the design elements with this ornamental thing and the rings and the I love you, but it needs to be flipped around so it reads to my future wife. And then I love you should be on its own line. And then it should start the quote, but the quote itself is strange. It doesn't make sense. So I doubt this one was a winner, but I don't know. It's not mine. So I'm putting that in kind of as an example of something that on the surface it looks like a really good design, right? But then once you start digging in and looking at it, you're like, that's weird, right? Does everybody agree with that one? It's kind of doesn't flow. Yeah. It's just, I would rewrite it and just make it flow. Make sure your stuff flows. Keep it simple. You don't have to get complicated. I'll get rid of some of these. Okay, let's go back here. We're here. What's this one? I love you with all my heart forever and forever. Now, see that? Okay. This is a good example, too, of something. The design is super simple. You might be saying it's even too simple, but I think it can work. I'm going to tell you my thoughts here once I put it in my sheet. Image. So when you're looking at this one, a couple things I would do just to kind of fix it. You want your text to really pop, right? So you can see that the quote itself, let's put the quote in there, to my future wife, I love you with all my heart. And here's what I would say, and will forever until the day I die. I love your future husband. There, we'll put that. So here's, when you look at this, it's good. It's got the heart, it's got the ornamental, but the font that they use, the future, to my future wife is fine, but then down here, this is too skinny. And especially this script type one, very difficult to read. So don't do this part, do this part. Make it big and blocky so that people can read it. Because you got to think, it's about an inch by an inch. And if I think once you have one that gets a couple sales, you should probably order it for yourself. And that way you can have it in your hand. Then you can actually do videos later too. But you can look at it and you can, when you're looking at future designs, you can really start to see that, oh man, something like this would be, like I can't even, well, I know it says forever and ever on the bottom, but it's very difficult to make out. And if people even have a moment of, what's that say? They're not going to buy it. So this is one that I would say is kind of close, but not quite there. So on my notes, we're going to put font needs to be bigger and bolder, hard to read, but like the simplicity of the design. Okay. So this is actually one you could probably even do yourself on Photoshop. Very easy to replicate. But designers are a good thing too. Don't get me wrong. They save a lot of time. All right, that is just a, shine on, shine on. So here, even these message cards, we can take those and we can put them onto a necklace. So to my future wife, words are not enough to express how special you are to me. The day I met you, I found my missing piece. I was a little late to be your first, but I want to be I want all of my last to be with you. I love you more than the wolf loves the moon. Weird. All right, let's look at this one. I was a little late to be your first, but I'm prepared to be your last. I can't wait to marry the love of my life. So that seems to be a recurring theme. That design's cool too, with a little blue thing over here. And even here, when we look down, we see a lot of related ones. Let's keep going. Because I really want, there was one I found earlier, and I can't remember where it is now, of course. I like that style too. That's cool. That's on Etsy. Let's go check out this store. Oh, item unavailable. Well, I guess it wasn't selling. Well, while we're here, let's see what we got. To my fiance, future wife, message cards, socks, painting. Interesting. Painting. Oh, okay, so I think we had that one already in a heart-shaped one. There's one, forever and always. Not crazy about the design. There's that one that I picked apart a bit. Oh, let's go like this. To my wife. Necklace, see what comes up. Yeah, that narrows it down a little bit more. I'm not really seeing much that's sticking out to me. Well, I can show you like examples of what I don't like too. That might help. So here's one. It has shop reviews, but not product reviews, which means it probably didn't sell. I adore your smile. I cherish your hugs. I admire your heart, but above all, I love that you are my wife. So, almost hit the nail on the head, except what did they do? They forgot about the greeting card format. So I wouldn't jump right into I adore blah blah, like don't jump into the mushy part. Put the greeting card to my future wife. I adore your smile. I cherish your hugs. I admire your heart. But above all, I love that you are my wife. So that would be better than just this. And this is a little, it looks like it's all jammed in there. So design-wise, I'm not crazy about that one. And text-wise, they almost got it, but you're the wife every guy wishes for. Ooh, okay, here's an example. This is good. That's Gearbubble too. You can tell Gearbubble mock-ups because they look like this. They say made in the USA. So there's no reviews for this particular item, but what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to take a screenshot because this is basically simple at its best, and I really like simple and clean. I think they sell the best, besides getting something that's too like almost gaudy looking or junky looking. So that's a good example, and I'll show you how I'll tweak this to suit my niche and my needs. So okay, so this says you're the wife every guy wishes for. So here I would say, I'm gonna break my own rule. You're the can't break my rule. You, my future wife, you're the fiancé every guy wishes for. I love you beyond words. Okay. Very cool, simple design. There. So what I would do is kind of take that one and show it to the designer and say, put this quote on here and make it look like this, but not the same, but close. The other thing, notice a pattern here. All of these ones, the bulk of them seem to be gold hearts. Okay, there's silver, but that was designed for gold. Gold, silver. So don't be afraid to test silver, because sometimes the difference between like a winning design and a losing one is simply the color. So sometimes a gold one might be working okay, but not quite. If you do the same thing but put it on a silver and it looks right, it could sell. So you never know. I mean, I've had a lot of luck with silver hearts and silver round ones, which is another thing. You don't have to do the heart one. You can also do the round ones. I'm going to go to this design studio and see what else they got. T-shirts, mugs, and more. Petty. So this is like a general store. But put a lot of work in it. Okay. This is definitely Gearbubble. I can tell by the mock-ups. Yeah, whoever did this, like, really just put a lot of time into this. That's cool. So they got coffee mugs, t-shirts, necklaces. They only have one. And it's that one. So, nice. Okay, let's go back here, see what else we can find. Anything. To my wife, always remember you love more than you know. That's not bad. All right, but I do want to go to one more spot. Because we got like Amazon, we got Google search. Ooh, caught my eye. Oh, okay. So let's go to this one. Here's another one. Okay, well, we're maybe the universe is listening to me talk about simple silver, because there's another good one. Just design. I didn't even read the quote, but that stuck out to me because of the red on the silver with the black and the red text. Like, I think that's well done. And the hearts. Love this design. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Never forget that I love you. Sometimes it's hard to find words to tell you how much you mean to me. If I did anything right in my life, it was when I gave you my heart to you. You're my best friend, my soulmate, my everything. Okay, good. So let's put that one in there. Because that one actually caught my eye in a whole field of, wherever it was, right here. It caught my eye out of everything. So if something is catching your eye, then you know you might be on something. Mind you, I mean, my tastes and somebody else's tastes are completely different. So sometimes, like, what I think about a design doesn't really matter because it could sell thousands. And I think I've proven this time. Oh my God, come on, mouse. Proven this time and time again that, you know, sometimes our opinions do not matter, but I do like it. To my fiance, never forget that I love you. Sometimes. Okay, so the quote itself, I'm going to comment on this. When you're doing a quote, when you're giving somebody a gift, and it's a mushy one, stop saying the words I. Say the words you instead. So this one is almost there, but it says I too much. Like, it's hard to find the words to tell you how much you mean to me, right? Me, if I did anything right in my life, it was when I gave my heart to you. So no, don't do that. Make it about them, not about you. So if you're giving this to your fiance, you want to talk about them and compliment them and say you and us and we and, you know, more, switch it up. So instead of I, say you. Instead of don't. The only time you should really be saying I is when it's I love you. Okay, so never forget that I love you. You are well, we have to do my hair. My best friend. So I guess this isn't going to work on this one. My soulmate, my everything. I love you. So I can just say that, but it needs work. But just try and make it more about them instead of you. Like, put yourself in the shoes of the woman who's getting it, and think, do they really want to hear the guy talking about himself, or do they want to hear the guy talking about them? That's what I'm trying to get at. So, love the simple design. Quote needs tweaking, put it that way. So if you have that one, excuse me, and then you go here, and then you go, all right. This is one thing too. Check this out. Romantic things to say to your girlfriend. I love being in love with you. Thank you for looking after me. Thank you for always being there for me. I love the unique way you giggle. I can't get enough of you. I admire your. I don't know what I'd do without you. Okay, so check this out. If we go like this, and we go here, and we go even, yeah, this one. To my fiancé, I love being in love with you. So I just built my own. So to my fiance, I love being in love with you. I don't know. Now this is a lot of I stuff, but I don't know what I'd do without you. That, I mean, you can't avoid it. You're the best. Compliment them. Love your future husband. So here you could even say to my future wife. So this is like build your own quotes right here. When you type that in, nice things to say to your fiance. 62 really cute things to say to your girlfriend right now. Well, okay. See what they say. Your word is my favorite sound. Your name is my favorite word. Your hug is my favorite sight. Interesting. What happened here? I think of you and kiss my pillow before I fall asleep every night. Oh, wow. If some of these are like puke, but if our love were like the rose, it would have to be a new breed that has no thorns. Aw. Some people die younger because God loves them too much, but I'm still on earth because someone loves me more than God. Cool. My life has never been the same since I met you. Cool. A doctor can save my life. A lawyer can defend my life. Soldier can give peace, but only give me a meaningful life. Yeah. A day without you feels like a year, and a day with you passes in seconds, my dear. That's cute. Bee loves honey. Miss love money. Flower love dew. What? I wish I could wake up right next to you. Okay. You know what? I never planned to like you this much, and I never thought you'd be on my mind this often. Keep me so surprised, but I love it. Well, this is like girlfriend stuff. Words can't explain what a wonderful person you are. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. So again, we go back here. We could say something like, words can't explain what a wonderful person you are. There's a quote. Now, one little trick. I don't know how to do it in here, but I do know how to do it in here. So I got a little program called Edit Plus. I'll show you guys this. I want to make it all like capitalized. I'll go just new text, paste it in there. And see how it's got like some like can't is lowercase. I want to do it all uppercase. So just highlight it all. And go edit, convert. Capitalize there. Saves you typing it all. I think there is a way here in the sheets, but I can't remember how to do it. So, to my future wife, words can't explain what a wonderful person you are. I'm so lucky to have you as my wife. I love you. All right. Very cool. So, you know what? I like that one a lot. So I'm actually going to take that one and I'm going to move on to step 2 with it now because we're coming up on, we got about 15 minutes left. So what I want you guys to do for homework is go to town on this, at least 50 necklaces, and you're going to start noticing ones that you really like. And what I want you to do with those is just make notes. Say, very cool, like this one, best one so far. Like, put notes in there so you remember what you're talking about. You can even freeze this column. It is view, like I can view, freeze, there it is. One row. So now when I'm scrolling, see, it stays on there so you know what you're looking at. Just a little techie tip for Google Sheets. So you gotta add like 50 in there. I added 10 in like 45 minutes, not even 45. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look through these, and the one that catches my eye is like this one. I really like this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one built off this design, but I'm going to use the quote I just did. So let's do this. So what I'm going to do is go to Fiverr. And I think I gotta log in. I can't remember which account. Is it this one? No, this one. I got a couple accounts on here. Why aren't you doing this? I think it's this account. Find out. Yeah, here we go. All right, so go here, and I want you to type in Gearbubble. And you're gonna get a whole whack of results. Click on it. Now, this guy's good. This guy's good. The top ones are usually the ones that are getting the most sales. As you scroll through. Now, this lady, Fiverr's choice. Yeah, you're welcome. Because I've sent so many people to this girl over the years. It's insane. Well, look, we actually saw that design somewhere. Right. So what I'm saying is, like, don't go to just the biggest one, because honestly I've used that one like a ton, but now she's starting to run out of ideas, I almost think. So it's always good to bounce around to other designers too. This one, this guy I like too, 42. This one I haven't tried, but I think I might. Or was it this one that I tried? Okay, I'm gonna try. Well, you can sort these too if you really want. Where's my, yeah, sort by relevance or best selling. Oh boy, sorry about that. There's somebody at my door and I don't know who it is. Thank God the dogs are upstairs. Hopefully one of my 6 other people in this house will get up. So that one actually looks pretty good. So they have 5, so let's check out this designer. And it's starting at 704. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a try. Just because it's so cheap anyway. And I want to show you guys how to do it. You can look through what they've done too. So it seems like simple is working. And you're probably wondering, like, well, how'd you pick this one? Well, I didn't really. I just kind of, I like to test people, and I like to see how fast they can do stuff. So I am going to test this as a new one. So here we go. So if you look at this, you got basic, which is one design, and it's one concept. High resolution commercial use, that's fine. Unlimited revisions, that's cool. Then standard is typically more designs, and premium is even more. So this is a new seller, I can tell, because usually it's basic is 1, standard is 3, and premium is 5. But I'm gonna try them out, see how they do, because I mean it's only $7. So continue. And then what you have to do is pay. So there's what's this service fee? Damn. Well, that blows. I don't remember that. Anyway, whatever. And on that other screen it said include the source file. You don't need to, because you can go back later and get it. If it starts working well, the design, and you want to switch out the text, and you have the ability with like Photoshop, then you can buy the source file, and then you can be switching out the text. So I'm just going to complete this order. So it's basically going to take the money out of my PayPal. which is hooked up to my Fiverr. And here's what we need. So I need from you your design idea, means for web. Okay, so they have it a little bit different, but here's what I'm going to say. Oop, where should go? So here's exactly what you say. Hello. I need a silver Gearbubble heart sign done that says this. Now, make sure that you do spell check on that, because they are basically going to go right off of whatever you put there, and it'll save you having to go back and do a revision. All right. For designs, I really like the one attached. Can you make it look similar, but use my quote instead? Thanks. And then all you do is go here, boop. And I'm going to see if they can do one like this. Or should I do this one? Oh man, I like them all. This one really stands out to me. What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the chat. 1, 2, 3. Which one should I base it on? 1? Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking 1. Okay, a lot of 1s. All right. 1. Okay, and then the information I provide is accurate and complete. Any changes will require the seller's approval, may be subject to additional costs. Okay, so I really like the one attached. Can you make it look similar but use my quote instead? Maybe change the font to black instead of gold and make it a transparent background. Also remove the blue badge and the couple image and replace it with a flower or heart shape in red instead. Usually I won't go into this much detail, but I kind of know what I want for this. I just click start. So it's now in the works. And this, whoa, this is fast. So 1 day turnaround, that's awesome. And then, I mean, if the designer really stinks and you can't get what you want from them and you're having trouble explaining or they're having trouble coming up with something creative, then don't worry about it, because I only spent $9.84. So if I tried to do the design on my own, I would take probably an hour or two trying to figure out a lot of those touches on Photoshop. And where's my time more valuable? Like researching and getting designs done, or actually doing it all myself? So I know people want to save money as much as possible, but you also want to give yourself the best chance of success possible. And sometimes the best chance of success comes from outsourcing to other people. And if we can do that for cheap, then that's always a good thing. So what I would do is I would spread around a couple of designs to a couple of different designers. And once you have a designer that you like and that is working very well for you, then you can start sending them more business, and you can get volume discounts too. If we go back to that main page on Gearbubble, you'll see that, well, not on Gearbubble, but like if I went with, did I do this one? No, I didn't do this. So look at this, the packages I'm looking at, 1, 3, 5. That's the typical one. But the more you order, the longer it takes. So let's go to the calculator here. So if I ordered 5 from this guy or girl, that's $14 per design. So you might be thinking, whoa, that's a lot, Will. What are you doing? Well, this one didn't actually give a discount. I don't know why. Typically, these guys will, the more they do, they'll give like $1 or $2 off. This guy gave nothing off. Well, they're designers, they're not businessmen or women. because you would sell a lot more, and most of them do, if you actually give them a break on the price. So there's no benefit to going out and buying more, which is strange. Did I do this guy? One design and mock-up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this one is doing a better job. So I take 5628 divided by 5. Now I'm at 1125, whereas one cost me 1407. See? So I just saved. So 1407. Let's subtract that. $2.81 per design, just by buying more. And this is a typical setup you'll see, I guess, unless they're new to this, and you can go through and look at what they've done. And after a while, you'll start noticing like all these are shine on. That is actually, I think that's Gearbubble. He's just doing really cool design. This is a design that I've done forever too. It's actually cool. But the text is weird. It should start, you always start on the left and go to the right. So this you're my answered prayer, my realized dream, my soulmate, and my everything. This should be backed up to here. And then it should start, because people read left to right, right? So I would start reading here, and my everything, you're my answered prayer. Like, that doesn't make sense. The design, I've done this design, and I've actually done this design in Photoshop on my own too. And that style works very well. Very well. That one has a lot of text. That's got a lot of text. That's got a lot of text. A lot of text. This design has been around forever, and somebody just put on that one that we see everywhere. So it's a good thing and a bad thing when you see a quote everywhere. It's good because it worked. It's bad because you don't know when it worked. So, and you don't know if some big seller got a hold of it and blasted through. I mean, there's a lot of husbands in the world, but what I'll tell you guys, probably, and I'll end it on this because we're coming up on an hour. If you want the ultimate key to success, I'm going to type this in here. Well, you know what? I'm going to put it in here. Let me go here. So this way everybody can see it. Two parts. The dots go. There it is. Number one. Go. Oh, you stupid. Fine, I'll go old school. First is be unique. Second is be first to market. Just because you saw a quote a million times doesn't mean it will still sell. Now, in some markets, it could. But taking a quote and making it unique works best. Taking a design and making it unique works best. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that just because someone, sold a ton of a necklace means you can copy and do the same. Be unique and be first to market. There you go. Anything that I have that is unique and first to market always kicks butt. So keep that in mind. So when you're going through all these designs and this research and you find something you like, take that design and show it to a designer and say, hey, I really like this style. Let them come up with something. And then for your quotes, it doesn't have to be the quote that's on the necklace that you find. You can mix and match too. So you could have on your sheet, you could have one section that's all quotes, in one section that's all designs. And then when you go to Fiverr, you could say, you could order 5 at a time. Say, here's 5 quotes. Here's 3 designs I really like. Have at it. And let the designer be creative and let them mix and match what you think. The basic thing that they need is, the company. So if you have to say Gearbubble, you have to say the shape. So you have to say like, heart, silver, heart, gold, round, silver, round, gold. Don't be afraid to go with round either. I know I've been teaching heart for a long time, but I also sell round. I just don't really show anybody because whatever I tend to do tends to get done up a lot, which is fine. That's the nature of the business that I chose. So, but don't be afraid to be different. Okay. Be a little bit different, definitely be unique, and definitely be first to market, and you're going to destroy the competition who will be playing catch up while you're making all the sales ahead of them. Because you got to think, people on Facebook, they've seen a lot of necklaces over the years, so you gotta really stand out, and you can't do that by showing the same old. Okay. All right. If there's any questions, I'll take them. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off, and I'll get this replay up. And now your homework is kind of step 1 and 2. So step 1 is research. Step 2 is creating. I actually got a message here on Fiverr. Oh, okay. So they're ready to go. There you go. There's the communication. That's a good sign. If you order something and they respond right away, that is a very good sign. So they're 8:01 p.m. and it's 11:01 a.m. here. So they're on the other side of the world. I don't know where, but whatever that time difference is, that's almost, oh, my math sucks, 19 hours difference. So crazy. But that's good. When you get somebody responding right away, that's a good sign. So they got a check mark in my book so far. All right, I'm gonna close off there. Go ahead, fill up your sheet, at least 50 of those. And I would say you need more than one, right? You got to get like 5 to 10 designs done up so that we can get testing them, because out of your tests, not all of them are going to work. The more designs you create, the more tests you run, the faster you're going to find a winner. Honestly, if you go the slowpoke route, you might lose patience and quit. I've seen it a million times. So if you're stuck, post in the forums. If you need help, post in the forums. If you don't know what you're doing, post in the forums. If you know what you're doing, you're just having a good day, post in the forums. Anyway, the key is post in the forums. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great day, and I'm out of here. Hey everybody, welcome to webinar number 2 of 3. And on this one, just getting set up here, we are going to be talking all about launching and, uploading and then testing. So if you hear a little squeaky toy in the background, I apologize. My dog got a new squeaky toy and she seems to be going down on it right now. But if you can't hear, that's a good thing. So give me a 1 in the chat box if you can hear me and see me. Okay, good. Awesome. And where's everybody calling in from? Let me know. Holy, we have worldwide again. This is awesome. We got Boston, Malaysia, Bangalore, India. Cool. Israel. Holy crap. We have more like global people on here than North America. I love that. Very cool. West New York. Oh, hey, John. Florida Keys. Cool. Can you guys hear that squeaky toy? Or is that just... Hopefully my microphone is blocking it. All right, well, let's dive in here. So we got a lot to cover. So first, I'm going to start with, if you guys watched the last one, you know that I went with a designer that I thought could do a good job. And so this is actually a good learning experience because we can see what to do when they can't do a good job. So here's what they produced. So I'm going to launch this. Like, ugh, not even close. Remember the one that I sent where it looked really, really good? So this is what they came up with. So my comments were, no, I no, I can't do this. So what I said was, does it show my comments? Here, maybe it shows my comments. So I said, can you just do one you like? I don't like this at all. Like, not any aspect of it. And he said, I don't understand. You said that make it like the one attached file. Okay, I'll make that for you. Well, you didn't make it like the attached file. Can I show the attached file? Should be able to show it. It's under requirements here. So here's the attached file. Now, does what he did look anything like this at all? No, not even close. So I was having a difficult time with this designer, and oops, not very happy with him at all. So what I did is I said, okay, well, try another one, and if you can't do it, just give me a refund. I said, like, please just cancel it. The design in your second attempt, it's awful. I'd rather just exit the process and move on. And then they start with, please, if you could do something because it will affect my performance. If you could give me some time, I'll make you design completely like your attached file. So I said, whatever, okay, it's only like $5 US. I'm not gonna worry about this, so I canceled it. I canceled the resolution thing. And then he said, can you also extend the order time? And I'm like, okay. So then he came up with this. Oh, that's not the good one. This. Now, man, I just like, I don't get it. So if anybody wants any of these, you can have them. I don't think they're going to sell at all. I think they're absolute junk. So I told the guy, I said, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to like donate $5 to you because I don't want to ruin your business, but man, you got to pick up the quality here because this is awful. I don't know if it shows that in here anywhere. The comments I sent, are they on here? Yeah, just my comments don't seem to be showing. But anyway, so now I'm stuck. I'm like, okay, now what do I do? So I didn't have enough time to really get another order done because I only had like 3 days from this. So I decided today I'm going to show you how to make one from scratch. So why not, right? I'll make one from scratch, and I bet you I can make one from scratch that is 100 times better than this one. So this will be a bonus for you guys. I wasn't going to do this route, but I have no choice because when people screw up, sometimes you just got to make it work. So if you have Photoshop, this is going to be very easy for you. If you don't, I suggest you get it because it's a really good program, or use whichever one you want. But I'm going to go through this and I'm going to be resizing and moving stuff and changing fonts and changing text and all this stuff. So if I'm going too fast, I apologize, but you can watch it on the replay. So just kind of sit back and you're going to watch me make an engaged necklace right now. So I'm going to do a new one. And I'm going to do 1200 by 1200. I've already got one in here. So there it is. And then I'm just going to do a new layer. I don't know why this new version is weird, but I have to do a new layer and then turn off the background. I don't get it. And then I can actually like delete the background. So now I've got this, which is what I want. So this is 1200 by 1200 at 300 DPI. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a circle on it. So I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go to ellipse tool. And up here in settings, this little gear, I'm going to do a circle. And now my fixed size I could do proportional, whatever I want to do, 1:1, but I'll just do a circle. And then if I click on it, you can see I got the fill to black, stroke to nothing. I don't know what that line is, and it's a shape. So now I'll just go kind of, I think I have to go on the top right for these. Oh no, it is from the center. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hit the move button because that kind of locks it in. I'm going to go back to my layer. So I am going to jump around, like I said. And then I'm going to move it. And you can see I'm not quite where I want to be. So if I click on here, and then I go up here, see where it has the width and the height. I'm at, actually, I almost hit that right. That's weird. So I can go here and set it to 1200 by 1200. Just to make sure I got an exact circle. And I got the exact proportions, and then you hit your move tool to lock it in, and then I'm going to move it. Now when I drag it around, you can see when I go like this, that's vertically aligned, and that's that's vertically aligned, and that's horizontally aligned. So I want to get those two marks to show right there. So now I'm dead center on my actual canvas or my layer. So now what I want to do is a new layer down here. And now I can start doing the text and anything else I want. I don't have to do a black background, but I am, because the black backgrounds look really good on the silver. So now we need to add in, like, I want to put kind of text around a circle. So in order to do that, we go back here, and in this little drop down, you can see they have shape, path, and pixels. So I'm going to do a path, and I'm going to go to settings again, and I want it to be a circle, and I want it to be from the center, just to start, and then I'll go like this. I'll just drag it out, kind of try and eyeball it as best you can. Like so, and then you can't move this with the move tool. You have to use this little pointer thing. So it's this one, then you can move it. So now again, I want to get this dead center, right? So I just go there, and now I'm dead center. Very easy so far. And now I go back to my layers, and now I want to put text in a circle around this. So what I'm going to do is hit my text tool, and I got Calibri bold is what I'm using. And as soon as you mouse over, you can see it changes to like the different little slanted thing. So when you read text in North America, you always read left to right. So I always start about here on the left-hand side, and I'll start going around the circle. So I'm going to put my mouse here and click, and you can see it's putting in some text for me already. So I can actually go here, and I can see this little up here in the TT thing. I can grab this, and I can start moving the text out, make it bigger or smaller. Usually about, the bigger you go, the better really, but we can adjust this at any time too. So that'll move the text size, and then I can click it, and I can just start typing. So this, they put a lot of, man, they put a ton of text in here. I'm just gonna end up deleting. Why did they put so much in here? Go like that, and then I'll hit the backspace to get back to where I was. There, now I can start typing. So here's what I can say. I'm gonna do all caps because it looks better. I'm gonna try to do all caps. Now, what do we want to say? And I can move the starting point too in a second because it's off. So what do we want to say here? I am so lucky. That's a good start. Now, if I want to move the starting position, I go here. I think it's this, path selection tool. And I'll just click right here. And then I can drag it to the starting point. Oop, I don't know what I did there. Let's go back here. Here we go. So I'm just dragging this around to there. Then I'll go over here. I'll drag this point. So that's your start and your end. Oh, see that? It flipped too. If I flip this, I can flip the text. Pretty cool, eh? So now I've got, let's get that other starting point back a bit. I think I've got some spaces there. So I'm going to go to text, click there and hit my backspace. Oh no, I don't. All right, so let's go back here. Just move these back. There. So that looks okay, but it's not big enough. So now what I want to do is I got two options. I can adjust the size of the path, or now I can use the move tool. So I can hit the move tool, and when I do that, I can press Control T, and then I can start dragging this out, making it bigger or smaller. So I'm actually going to undo that because I want to do the text size a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to select all this text. I'm going to make it a little bigger. And I'm going to go to my path tool and I'm going to drag that endpoint. So I'll go back to my text. select it all. Actually, if I select here too, should do it. Oh, let's select it all. So I just want to make it as big as possible and make it look as good as possible. And I might have to do 2 circles too, but I'd like to keep it to 1, just to keep it simple. And maybe on the end of this, I'll just put a little like that. So I did put a hyphen, but you can't see it. That's the right spot. That's not bad. And then I'll just make this text a hair smaller so you can see my hyphen. So you can also manually enter it. So I'll go, or you can go like 20.5 there. And now I'll use my move tool. I'll hit Control T, then I can drag it out. And then again, I can move it so it's centered. That's actually pretty good right there. So it's just a simple text around a circle, and I fit everything on 1. So now I want to put something in the middle. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to turn off caps lock. I want to grab a little heart or something that I can put in the middle, maybe rings. There's some rings. But here I can go to, instead of images, and go to vector graphics. So I can grab those rings, grab that, these rings, really those rings aren't bad too. I'm trying to find a flat one. Or you can always do the old heart thing. Oh, maybe I should put some onion rings in there. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's try hearts in vector graphics, and you get a whole bunch of these too. And see if we have any that look good. Maybe just a solid pink. That one's not bad. That's pretty good. Balloons. No, I don't want balloons. This one's cool. That's cool. That's a good one too. You know what? I've never really done this, so let's try this. So let's download this. You can download like any size you want, really. I'll go here, go show in folder, and I'm going to, just on my other screen, open with. Where's that open with? There it is. Open with photo. Here we go. All right, so I've got this. Now I'm going to go select all, edit, copy, go back here. Then I can just go edit, paste, and it'll do a new layer. And then I can hit my move tool right up here, and then Control T. And I can make this fit. So again, if we center this, it looks kind of weird because it's too high. So you can just kind of eyeball this. And the cool part is if I hold Shift down, I can make this like not directly proportional. Just to fit in here a little better. Something like, just want to try and get the top and bottom to match. And then if I want to make that thicker, I'll go to blending options and stroke. And I could do same color. And here, hit OK. Now I can make that thicker. Although that doesn't really look all that good, so I'm going to cancel that. This is a very basic one, but that is a design. So now if I want to make it look a little bit fancier, make sure I spelled everything right. I can go, let's make the text look a little bit chiseled. So we'll go blending options, and here we'll go bevel and emboss. And see that, even just that one inner bevel smooth It makes it look like 3D. Cool, eh? So now I actually like that. So I'm gonna go, okay, that looks better than just the flat one. And now I can right click and I can copy the layer style here. Then I can go here and I can right click and I can paste layer style. There. So what I did is I just took like, you would think I spent hours trying to make that into 3D if you didn't just watch me do it, but that's how simple it is. So now I can actually take this design and I can sell it. So that didn't take me very long, as you guys can see. So give me a 1 if you guys think you can do that. I just gave you a quick Photoshop lesson there. And I'm gonna launch this. Like I think, you know what, why not? So let's go here, challenges. This one. Is that the right one? Yeah. So I'm gonna make a new folder. Trying to get more organized on my computer. Live training session 2. And I'm gonna put it in here. So we're gonna call this one, oh, let's do a folder in here. This will be, and what I'll do, I'll even give you guys the template so you can just edit it, save you having to do all the paths and everything. So just remind me to post this in the group, or not the group, the forums. So let's export, quick export as PNG, done. So that you might think, oh, there's nothing to that, Will, like what are you doing, man? You're right, but sometimes like my simplest ones sell the best. So now let's launch it. So I'm gonna show you Facebook and Gearbubble and how to launch everything, how to upload it. And then we're actually gonna create the test campaign for this. So let's go here and let's go to Gearbubble. And when you're in here, just go to launch, traditional. Most of you guys have seen this already, but it's, you know, always good to have a good review. Next, and we'll put the base cost at that. And I'm gonna click upload, and then upload graphic. See what that looks like. Now, when I drag this out, it should be dead center. So you know how some designers, when they make it, it never goes like centered, because they didn't center it when they created the image. So I did. So I didn't have to tinker with this, removing the snap to center one. Let's see what it looks like in gold. Well, that's not bad. Somebody might like it. Just a little hair bigger. There, that looks pretty good. So I set at $39.95, so I make $35 per sale because I get basically $3 off. You guys get at least $1 off, so you'll make yours will be $6.95 for your base cost, because the base cost is $7.95, I think. Let's go next step. This is very clean and simple too, so I actually like this. To my future wife. I am so lucky. Necklace. Wood. I don't know, something like that. Whatever you want to put, just ask a question and then put the answer in there. Like, so would your bride to be love us? Yes, you would. Go ahead. Get her one now and watch the tears forming in her eyes. That doesn't really flow right, but oh well. Now category, I don't need it. Tags, I don't need it because I don't want this to show up on the new release page or on the network. So, and I'll actually show you how to hide it. So the copycats who watch everything, they're not going to see this right away. They'll have to be spying on my pages, which is what a lot of people do. So let's go here. Campaign length, again, just do 1 day, 10 p.m. That's it. I mean, why? It's just because the old school way, they had countdown timers and they haven't removed this yet. They should just default it to this, but they haven't. So when people ask why on some questions, I'm like, because that's how we set it up. I mean, I can explain the technical history of it, but just do it. It's easier. All right, so let's go like this and go, let's try this part. Found you. We have to come up with a URL. Oh, gone. Well, let's try lucky find. Oh, there we go. Instead of found. Perfect. So you just keep typing in until you get that checkbox there. And we got to set our pricing for the gold one. And here I'm going even higher. And people are like, are you crazy? There's no way somebody's going to pay $50 for a necklace. Well, they do. So I might be crazy, but I guess the crazier people are the ones who are actually buying it. So buy it now, that's fine. Terms and conditions, launch. There we go. And then what I'm going to do immediately is wait. Come on, Gearbubble. There we go. So now I'm going to go back to my account. And I'm going to go and launch my upsell. So traditional, which is just going to be a coffee mug of the exact same design. You could do a wine glass too, but I've been finding coffee mugs work better. So let's upload it. And people do buy this. Not everybody, but people do. And let's add the other style, the 15 ounce. So we'll give them two options there. Leave the base cost at $19.95 for that. We'll do a duplicate of the image on back. We can ignore the rest of that spot. And then we're going to go same thing to my future wife. Mug. And now I'm not going to put description, category, campaign length. I'm going to put 10 o'clock because this is just an upsell. So they're actually, I don't care what this says. And here I'm going to put find you mug. So I know that's going to work. Now the 15 ounce, I'm going to bump up the price by $2. So, and now you're thinking, well, no way, nobody's paying that for a mug. Well, for a utility coffee mug that's just plain, yeah, you can go to the dollar store and you can buy them for $2. But that's not what we're selling. We're selling an emotional reaction. Okay, so it doesn't count. And also we're going to put a discount on this. It's an impulse buy too. So yes, you can buy coffee mugs for like $2, but we're not selling generic coffee mugs. We're selling a beautiful gift that a husband, future husband, can give to his future wife. So it's a whole different ballgame. And when you're pricing in that world, it works a lot differently than what you're used to. All right, so I've got that and that. So let's go to first things. Let's go in here. We'll go to settings in here, and I'm just gonna go to other, general, and what I want to do is this part: allow campaign to be searchable in the Gearbubble network. Turn that off, and then same for this. Go open a new tab, other, general, and then this. Turn it off. That way, it's not going to show up on the new release page, and you're not going to get copied as quickly. Although people do follow pages too, so if people are catching on to your pages, you have to create more pages. I've got so many new ones out now that nobody knows about. They haven't caught them yet, and I'm trying to exclude Facebook page admins from some of my ads on my good ones now too, just to really hide my stuff because I'm getting copied quite a bit. Now the other settings that we have to do in here. So this is the necklace. You want to go to general. Oop. This is a weird part. I can't get back. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I want to set my upsell and my pixel. So let's open that in a new tab. Tracking pixels, and we're going to use Facebook this time. So if this is grayed out, then you need to go here. Actually, you need to go here, settings, and then you need to go to tracking pixels, and right here, you need to turn that on and click Save Changes, okay? And then when you come back in here, you'll have the ability to put that in. going to make a note here. That'll be 28. Okay. So let's grab the pixel. So for me, I'm going to go to here. I'm just going to go into a campaign that I already have, and I'm going to move it to another screen just for those copycat dudes who are watching and taking copious notes right now. I'm going to hide my other ones. So let's grab the pixel ID off another ad. There. Okay, so I'll go back here. So I just got this out of my Facebook ad account and click update. And then I'm going to do my upsell. And for the necklace, I'm going to upsell them to the mug. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to do the mug. And then I'm going to move this over just so you can't see some big producers here. Just making sure. No, you can't. None of these are good. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to click discount, and I'm going to click 20, and I'm going to click update. So what I did, it updated successfully. So now when they buy the necklace, they'll be offered the mug as well. All right. So now let's close these. Just keep it organized. I'm going to go here, open a new tab. So there it is. And then with my pixel helper, I can see there's my pixel and it's working. So it's got the URL, everything's attached, everything's hooked up. This pixel helper one is right here. It's this one. Somebody was using a weird one that I hadn't seen, but this is offered by Facebook, so make sure you got the one from Facebook. All right, now, because I did it correctly, I should be able to go to add photos and I should be able to get all the mock-ups to be working correctly. So some of these mock-ups are actually pretty good in Gearbubble. So you can do it, you can do the add images yourself, or you can use Gearbubbles. So if you don't want to do them yourself, then use Gearbubbles. That's pretty cool. That stuck out to me. See what that looks like. Hopefully it's aligned. Yeah, still, they're off by a bit. I mean, we can fix that if we want, but it looks like the actual necklace itself is off. Okay, well, let's try another one. Let's try it old school number one here. What do you got? That looks a bit better. So, why not? Let's take that one. Download. Then you gotta right click, save image as. And we'll go to our folder. Save. Okay, and then we'll go back here and we'll choose a new image. So you can do it this way, or you can just do your own mockups, whichever you prefer. There was another one. Thought I saw in here. Well, let's use one of theirs and let's do one on our own. So let's go here. I'll show you both. So save image as, front, save. Now I'm going to open Photoshop, open this one. So now I've got it in here. I'm going to use my selector tool and I'm going to make it a fixed ratio, 1:1. I'm going to start in the top left and drag it down. As far as I can. I'll just move it. And then I'm going to go image, crop, image size, and we'll go 1200 by 1200. There. And I'll export this as a PNG. So I've got that one from Gearbubble, and then I've got my you can do 1200 by 1200, or you can do 1080 by 1080. It doesn't really matter all that much. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use the one I got from them in my ad campaign, which I'm now at the point that I can actually do it. So this is what my sales page looks like. Very clean, very simple, and it actually converts really well because what sticks out the most on this, the image and this. There's no fluff here. There's no reviews. Ugh, shine on. There's no gimmicky stuff in here, right? I mean, limited time only. That's kind of gimmicky, but it is not available in stores, so that's a good thing. And this page loads pretty quick compared to other ones. And when you view the details, it actually pops up a window. So instead of taking up real estate on the page, it doesn't. So I really like this landing page. Just converts the best for me out of any companies. There's the gold one. That actually doesn't look too bad. I'll probably sell some of those too. All right, so now we've got everything ready. All we really need is this URL, and we're going to launch the ad campaign, which, let me get this set up on my other window real quick. Got too many windows open over here. If you guys have any questions as we go, feel free to type them. But I know there's a lot of guys that have been on here and seen me do this a million times, but sometimes a refresher is a good thing. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to drag this over. So now we're going to start our test campaign. And what I'm going to use is the method that I showed you, the Sabo method, so SABO. So I'm going to show you this. So we're going to go create a new campaign. And it's basically one campaign, one ad set, one ad, one dynamic creative. And the budget, we can set it wherever we want. So we can start at 20, we can start at 1250, we can start at 50. I think 20 is a good spot to start it. So I'm going to call this, I'm at number 6. And I'm going to go the date. And I did have to create a new ad account because people were spying on the old stuff like way too much. So now here, most people do this. And I'm going to put in, I'm going to split it. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. The assumption with engaged necklaces is that younger men are going to buy it more because only younger men are engaged. Okay, that's incorrect. So the older men actually buy it more because number one, they have more money. And number two, they actually have, they're probably on like round 2 or 3 of their marriages. So they're into like maybe they've developed their emotional side a little bit more by now. So I've found that the younger guys actually don't buy these as much as the older guys. So what I did, as you can see on the screen, I target like 55 plus men and they're engaged. That's who I target more than anything because it works best. So you can go and start like 21 plus, like all the way up to 65. But I found the best spot to start is right here, 55 plus. Now, maybe, you know what, let's do something different. Let's give it 5 more years. Let's go 50 plus men. And I'm going to put engage, USA, and then the word Sabo in there. So this is the key part because we're going to use this to trigger the rules. So let's copy that. Let's go down here. Let's go to conversions. And if my dog barks in a second, I apologize. Let's go to the ad set. Let's go to the ad. So it's all the same name because it's like, this is where we're going to watch things at the campaign level anyway. So I'm going to save this to draft. Now, if you don't have this showing, I'm on quick creation. You might be on guided. So when you're on guided in the top right, you can switch to quick creation. Okay, so save. Now we're going to go in here and we're going to start setting things up. On this is your campaign, your ad set, your ads. So this first page we're just going to leave it because this is a campaign level. The ad set level is where we'll do the targeting. This is where we need our event, and it is the engaged pixel, which you can see here. It starts with 401. So it's defaulting to it because that's the only pixel I have in this account. And now I'm going to hit this and I'm going to go down to purchase. Now yours might be red. Mine's yellow because I haven't used this account in a while. But if it's red, it'll give you this warning saying your ad may not be optimized, blah, 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 blah. Okay, thank you, Facebook, but I don't care. I'm still going to run it to purchase. Just ignore it. Now, dynamic creative, we want to turn this on, and this says how to create dynamic ads. You can now provide creative elements such as images, headlines that they use automatically to generate variations for your audience. Certain variations, such as automatically cropping an image or applying a carousel template depending on the creative elements and placement selected. Some settings, such as send a messenger, are not yet available for ads using dynamic creative. Those settings will be disabled. So dynamic creative means we give it like 2 images, 2 headlines, 2 primary text, 2 descriptions, 2 buttons, and it will mix and match them all, and it comes up with the best version, the best variation of our ads. So instead of doing one ad and using the same post ID, I've shifted everything to dynamic creatives now. Well, for a while. So turn that on, and then when we get to the ad part, we'll actually set up the ad. So my budget, this method came about because I actually screwed up when I set up one of my steady methods, my CBO steady. I forgot to turn CBO on. So the daily budget, they default to 20, and that's exactly what I want. It is 10:37 a.m. here, so I'm going to start it right now. I'm not going to set an end date, and I don't need ad scheduling. Create new audience. I'm not really going to do much in here except, well, I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to remove Canada. I'm going to put United States. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start you guys off breaking some myths here. We're going to do worldwide because it works. I mean, remember the question? Why do you do it that way? Because it works. So, and I'm going to exclude Nigeria. Now, in my ad accounts, it seems even when I go worldwide, I still get 70% of the traffic coming from North America. So I still get a lot of US traffic, but I pick up a lot of low-hanging fruit from other countries. And then what I do when I get to the scaling phase is I look at the countries that I got sales, and I'll create individual campaigns just for those countries. So that works very well. So this is kind of like our throwing a big net around the world, like totally around the world. But it works nice. I exclude Nigeria. As you guys know, I've run ads there before, and they love to click. I swear to God, they sit on their phones all day and they just click stuff, but they never, ever, ever buy anything. So exclude them. That's the only one I've found, really, that you have to worry about. So now let's go 50, and it'll go plus, so that's 50 plus men. Oops, make sure you do the gender as men. So now we got 170 million men in the world. Pretty big audience. Now let's do language as English, just to make sure, because our ads are in English. Now we cut that down to 78 million, and we're going to do one more, which is this. So under engaged, you get a whole bunch of stuff, but we're going to do this. Relationship status, engaged. So now we've got 460,000 men around the world who are on Facebook, and they say that they're engaged. And this is 50 plus. Watch this though. If I go down to 21. So I'm not saying never do younger people. I'm just saying start out with the old farts, because they, like me, well, I'm only 45, but they have a little bit more money and they might buy compared to a young, broke 21-year-old who's getting married, right? So you can certainly start lower if you want. You can even do a split test of half young, half old, but I'm just going to go older. So that breaks it down to like 460,000 people, which is a lot smaller chunk, but I think it's the most profitable chunk of the audience. So by default here, just moving on. Now, I'm not going to narrow it by anything because that's a good size audience right there. I'm going to leave it at that. If you are scaling, then you're going to want to go like broaden the age range a bit. But this is what they do. They put detailed targeting expansion, which completely destroys anything that you put in your detailed targeting. So make sure that's always off. Sometimes when you do a duplicate of the campaign, they'll turn this on, like kind of sneakily behind your back. So just make sure it's always off. We don't need to worry about anything else. We're using auto placements. I used to do manual and the feeds only, and that still does work. But I just found giving Facebook more control seems to work a little bit better. Then all the other stuff we're leaving on defaults. Okay. Now we're going to do the ad. So the first thing we need with the ad is they give this big red error saying the link field's required. Okay, well, give me a second. Like, copy. And then I'll just scroll down here. Paste. There. All right, now not enough assets. You need at least one image, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, up here, there's a little part to select my page. So I do have to move this over. Just because all the page spies are watching. They probably already saw that one, but that's okay. I'll have to create a new one. Gift. There. So this is a page that I will let you guys see because I've only have one other necklace running on it, and it's from the course. So this is pretty much the one I'm going to be using for all my demos. So there you go. Spy on that all you want. All right, format, single image or video, and then we select them. And you can see a couple in there too. Crap, just move that over. Oh well. And then the ad. Open. Actually, none of those work, so I don't care. And continue. Now we got the images. Now we need the primary text, and we're going to do two versions. So we're going to say, would your future wife... Wait, can't do that. I can't ask a question about your future wife because I'm assuming something. It's more like this. Which doesn't flow right, but that's Facebook for you. And then we click add another option. I'm wording it like this just because I know this seems to get past the bots and they don't disapprove anything. Oh, perfect, like gift. There. I'm trying to change up my text a little, but it's hard for me because I use a lot of the same. Headline, click here for details. I always put click here for pricing because I notice a lot of the comments on the ad saying, how much does it cost? And it's like, well, click it and you'll see, but they don't want to click it. I don't know why. It's weird. Now description is optional, but we'll put, she will love this, and then we'll put another option. Get her one now. There we go. And then the preview URL, always click it, make sure, because I have had a lot of instances where, like, if I'm working late at night and I did a duplicate of an ad set and I didn't check the URL and it's from a different campaign. So my ad and the copy and everything else goes to what I think it's going to, but it actually went to the wrong necklace. So always click preview just to make sure. Display link, just leave that blank. And then here, we'll do shop now. In addition to learn more. You can see everything's all set up. So we're all good to go there. Now what do? Go to your campaign, click three dots, click duplicate. You can turn off show existing or leave it on, it doesn't matter. It only will show those based on the time of duplication. So it's not they're not gonna be all tied together. So I mean, I usually turn it off because I don't, the social proof that everybody's, I used to even fall for that. It doesn't matter all that much because you can never get it up that high. So duplicate. There, I've got 10 ads ready, 10 campaigns, right, with the method. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to review and publish. So these 10 are going up to Facebook right now. And what I need to do meantime is click on, yeah, they changed the interface again. So click on business tools, and then we'll go to automated rules. We'll open this in a new tab. So that's uploading in the other tab. And in here, I already have the rules, but I'm going to do them again just so you guys can see them. So now we're going to use these rules to kind of shut things off. And over here, well, the rule name is going to be like this. Rule number 1, turn off campaign if spent is greater than, I usually go half of my, well, if my target CPA is 30 and I make $35, then I'll take my target CPA divided by 2. So why do I set it at 30 instead of 35? Because I want to make sure I can lock in like $5 per sale at least. So I'll go half of my target CPA. My target CPA is 30. And in this case, ATC is add to cart is less than 1 lifetime. So now I'm going to take that and copy that and apply rule 2, all active campaigns, turn it off. And here we have to go to settings, campaign name contains. That means that every campaign I do in the future with that, this rule will apply to it. So you only have to set these up once. Spent is greater than 15, and go down here, website conversion, Facebook pixel, add to cart, smaller than 1 lifetime. And it'll run continuously, usually every 30 minutes. Great. There we go. And now I'll do the second rule. So I'll just paste this in so I don't have to read. Editing is always quicker than trying to retype everything. So this is 30 and purchased. It's less than 1. So I'll let each of these campaigns spend $15 to get an add to cart and then $30 to get a sale. And if not, it's going to shut it off. And then again, all active campaigns down here, settings. And plus, and then spent is greater than 30, and purchase smaller than 1 lifetime. There. All right, now the third one. We're just going to check twice a day to see if it's got a sale, but if it's just to make sure if it has sales and it is profitable. So we're going to go if purchase is greater than. So in this case, we want to turn it off if it's got sales, but the return on ad spend is less than 2. And we're going to only run this at 12 o'clock a.m. and 12 o'clock p.m. That gives Facebook enough time to update stats because they're not real time. So that's something that you have to consider. And that's why I don't want this one to run every 30 minutes, because it could be that they'll turn off something that's good. And I do not want that. So here we go. In this case, we'll go purchases. It's greater than 0. So it has at least a purchase. And return on ad spend. Right here is smaller than 2. And now here's where we do a custom schedule. So it automatically can do 12 o'clock a.m. So we just select all the days of the week, and then we hit the plus sign, and we also do 12 o'clock p.m. So there's that. And this one takes a bit longer to set up, but like I said, once you set this up once, all of your campaigns that have the word Sabo in the campaign name, these rules will apply to them. So that means you can focus on designs and testing. There. Done. So I've got my 3 rules. Turn it off if spent is greater than 15 and add cart is less than 1. Turn it off if spent is greater than 30 and purchase less than 1. Turn it off if purchase greater than 0 and return on ad spend is less than 2. So this rule here, this $15 add to cart, if I have a dud, it will spend $150. Okay, so if you don't want to spend $150 on a test, then adjust this down to 10. This number, set it to 10 instead of 15. So I know historically with necklaces, the average like add to cart cost across a lot, like thousands of campaigns, is about $13.50 for me. So if I set it at 10, that means it's really, really got to be a good one in order for it to work. So that's just 15, just letting the rules, like completely forgetting about it, and just letting the rules watch it, it'll spend that. But if, and you should be, every morning you go in and you add up your totals for your 10 campaigns, you say, am I at $100 spent? If you're at $100 spent and you don't have a sale, then shut them all off and move on to the next design. All right. Set your number and stick to your number. It's not, this one has a lot of comments, this one has a lot of likes, this one has a lot of shares. That doesn't matter. What matters is the purchases. So that's the king, the add to cart is the queen, and everything else is like a dud. It doesn't matter. It's all white noise. So if you run something and you spend $100, for me it's 100, and you don't get a sale, then you turn off all the campaigns for that test and you move on to the next test. So the next test is going to be a repeat of what we just did. So you're going to use the same audience. You notice I didn't dig down. I didn't subdivide the, with engaged in fishing or engaged in hunting or anything like that anymore, just because the engaged niche is not a huge one. So I don't need to do that. I'm basically training my ad account to find all these engaged guys that are going to actually buy it. So let's see if I got approved yet. In the bigger niches, like say dad to daughter or wife, husband to wife, you can subdivide and it works well because there's a lot more husbands and a lot more dads in the world than there are engaged guys by a long shot. That's why I subdivide those. So that is it. That's how we do it. That's how we test. Now, if you want to be successful, you can't just do one. I would shoot for like one a day, like 7 a week. So like 28 a month. If you want to go really fast, double that. If you want to go even faster, triple that. The more you test, the faster you're going to find a winner. And once you find that winner, that's where you're gonna lose money on testing initially, because you don't have a winner yet. So all the money that you're putting out there it's not down the tubes. It is helping your ad account. It's helping your pixel. It's helping everything to identify these buyers within your niche. And the more you spend with Facebook, I think the better traffic they send you. So you have to, everybody's got to start somewhere. My main ad account, whenever I load anything up, it's spent over like $1 million of my own money. So it's not huge in Facebook's terms, but it's still pretty big compared to somebody who spent nothing. So I think I actually get a little bit better traffic in there. So something that I can run in there might work a little bit better, but you can get there too. So don't be discouraged if your first test doesn't work. It could be you got a design like this. Maybe your design looks like this. Like to me, I will let you guys run this. I don't know why you'd want to, but I will. I can't see this selling at all. I know I'm not supposed to put my personal taste on things, and that maybe I should run it because maybe it would work, but I don't know. I just don't know. To me, that's no good. I like this better, like just clean. And maybe some people look at that and go, well, that's garbage too. Like, come on, man. So I don't know. Maybe I should run it. But if you guys want that design, I'll give it to you. Just post in the forums and I'll make a post and you can download it. And you guys can run it. This one, I can post a template, but again, change it up. Like, don't do an exact copy of me. I'm even getting guys on like Shine On now that are bragging about copying my stuff, and it's just annoying to get them taken down. So, I mean, you're just wasting your time. So don't do that. Don't direct copy anybody. Take the quote, put it on a different design. Like, just make it look different. If you hold one up in the left hand, one up in the right hand, if they look the same, you copied. If it looks completely different, you can't really tell, then you're good to go. All right. Another question well, let's go to some questions and we'll close it off. What do you do when the product is just break even? So if I'm spending $100 and I made, if I'm breaking even on my test, is that what you mean? Because on $100, if I'm breaking even on my test, I will keep that one going. I don't understand why you have 3 rules and 9 ad sets. What's different in the ad sets? No, I have 10 ad sets. So there's 10, and they're all duplicates of each other. So each of these ad set is going to hit a different bucket of people within there. So let's look at, say this, just get that size again. So there's 460,000 potential people in this ad set, right, with this targeting. So because my budget is $20 per day, I'm not going to hit those 460,000 people. I'm going to hit a small percentage of them. And the small percentage I'm going to hit, it changes from ad set to ad set, from campaign to campaign. So just because I launched 10 duplicates with the exact same targeting, exact same ads, it doesn't mean the exact same people are going to see that in a row. Like, it's not, it's kind of randomized. So Facebook will take the first one and they'll show it to like 1,000 people out of 460,000. And then they'll take the second one, they'll show it to a different 1,000 people. And then the third one, a different 1,000 people. Fourth one, a different 1,000 people. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing Facebook to show my ads to different people by doing this. Now the rules apply to all of these. So this rule just says for any campaign that has the word Sabo in it, turn it off if it spends $15 without an add to cart. This one is based on purchases. So it says turn it off if it has the word Sabo in the campaign title, turn it off if it spends $30 without a purchase. This one is checking for purchases, but making sure you're still profitable. And if it starts losing performance, it'll lock in the profits at a return on ad spend of 2. So that's just kind of your check twice a day. So these rules are designed to save you having to go in every 30 minutes and hitting refresh and applying and going through those 3 decisions. Okay, hope that makes sense. Do you kill ad sets looking at the daily or weekly chart? I kill it looking at lifetime. Sometimes when I've got a big campaign going around Christmas time, I might base that on 7 days. But to keep it simple, just go with lifetime numbers. Ad set says USA, but you went worldwide. Oh, did I do the title wrong? Good eye. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so here's a quick fix. Good eye. Take your first one, hold the shift key, go to the last one, go this little drop down arrow, do find and replace. And here do USA. Yeah, usually I was planning on doing world or USA, so then go to your ad sets, select them all, find and replace. There, we just got to find and replace lesson 2. Save, and then ads. Select them all, drop down, find and replace, replacing USA with worldwide. Then you can upload those changes. There, good eye. Will you do Google Ads for this item? I will do Google Ads. Yes, if I want to scale this, I'll do it. I've got Google Ads training in the other challenges, and I am going through now and creating a table of contents for you guys so you can see which video has which training in it, just to make it simple. And I'm going to post that table of contents basically in that sticky thread in the general forum so that you can just click on it and you can see the training for like YouTube, for Google search, for YouTube banners, for YouTube video, because it is all in there. And if you're banned by Facebook right now, you're probably thinking, oh, great, I can't do this. Well, you can still test with, and it's the same method that I've learned. I've been tweaking my Google Ads game is getting stronger, and my YouTube ad game is getting super strong. What I'm learning is that all of the methods that I've been doing on Facebook are working on YouTube, and they're working on Google search too. So with Google search, some of that training might be a little bit different because that's how I started on there, but I have to make sure I've got it mastered and working before I show you the the updated stuff. So what I can do in the next training session, I can show you Google ads or YouTube ads. So everyone, maybe we'll have a vote, see what you guys want to see. Because, so the method, like 10 campaigns, all identical, that can translate exactly over to YouTube ads and exactly over to Google search ads. Exact same thing. Set up one campaign, do 9 duplicates of it, set up your rules. They have rules on Google. Actually, that's where Facebook got the rule idea from. And it works. So you would set your budgets at like 20 bucks a day, 10 bucks a day, whatever you want to do. And then you do the exact same setup. It's just you're using a different platform. So I thought that the campaign methods originally translating back over to Google and YouTube would be different, but they're not. It's all using machine learning. I swear they had like the same, engineer dudes creating the algorithm for both systems because they're reacting the exact same way to the method. So that's pretty cool. That was a neat finding. Sorry about that. My dog is seeing somebody walking by there. So I think what I'll do, there's no more questions, is kind of close off there. She gets very excited. Okay, so I'm going to close it off there. I will post a replay, and then let me know if you want Google search ads or YouTube video ads or YouTube banner ads in the next one, and we'll go from there. Because with scaling, what you want to do is continue doing your duplicates daily in Facebook, but you also want to add in other traffic sources as well. That's how you can really scale, like huge. All right, good stuff. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of that. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Stop it! No! Go lay down. Go lay down. No. Hey everybody, welcome to the live training session number 3 for the, what are we on? The wedding season challenge number 2, I believe. Just give me a 1 in the chat box if you can hear me and you can see that necklace on the screen right now from Gearbubble. Good. Yeah, I ran a webinar last night and I forgot to share my screen, so that was pretty dumb. And also, if you guys have noticed, I've been a little bit inactive on the forums, mainly because I was camping for a week, so I haven't really run much. I had some campaigns going in the background though on autopilot, but this one I actually shut down before I left because I wasn't doing all that well after it ran for a bit, but I still think it's got legs. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it next year. So today we're basically gonna cover, I'm gonna dive right in. We're gonna cover Google search ads for this. And then if we have time, I'll show you how to do the retargeting on Facebook for this as well. But I think we're going to focus on Google search ads mainly. And I think I have another video on there about retargeting. If I don't, maybe I'll shoot a separate one for you guys because I think the Google search ads is going to take up the bulk of the time. So how would we do this on Google search? Well, first I got to load up my campaign. I'm just going to take the URL, copy it. I'm going to go to my Google account, my Google Ads account. So you do need a Google Ads account. If you don't have one, go to google.com/ads and click Start Now, and you can create one. Or I'm just going to click Sign In because I got a bunch of them in here. And let's go here. And let's go to Accounts. And let's go here. I think this is the one I've been using for demo for you guys. So in here, we've got all our campaigns. I don't think I have anything running right now. No, I don't. So all you're going to do is, actually the first step is here, go to Tools and Settings and Keyword Planner. And what we want to do is when somebody goes to Google here and they type in, what is this? Future Life. Let's say, yeah, let's try this. See, even the US, the 2 E's are the single E, so let's try this. Even though up here that means it's for the male, and I'd rather have the female. But all we're looking for is ads for this. So if I don't see any, there's that. Gift for my fiance at Amazon. Or we could say this. Engagement gift for her. And let's see, we're just looking for ads mainly. So again, engagement gift for her. So Amazon actually is running ads for this. And then they got all the different ones in there. So when somebody goes to Google and types in that keyword, which I'm actually going to explore a little bit further, our ad, we want our ad to appear right up top here. These ones up top are Google Shopping ads. So there's a lot of Google Shopping ads for this, which is a good thing. And if there's not really Google search ads, that's also a good thing because it means people are ignoring this. So let's just plug in some values here. So put in your base keyword, engagement gift for her. Hit the countries and make sure you have like United States at a minimum, because if I just leave it on Canada, it's not going to work as well. So let's go engagement gift for her, get results. And here we go. So that keyword, engagement gift for her, has 1,600 average monthly searches, which is pretty good. And you can see all the search volumes and how it goes up. Well, basically the low point is March, then it starts rising. And then July and August. July is like a peak, and then August it dips, September is good, October it dips, and then of course we get into the Christmas season here, November, December, and it peaks again. So running this stuff now and finding your winners means when we get to the peak buying season for Christmas, we're going to be doing very well. So I could have my ad show, I could bid on this keyword, engagement gift for her, and have my ad show right at the top. And you can see the top of page bid on the low range is 65 cents, on the high range is $2.47. So, I mean, these numbers are just kind of guesstimates to guide you. But we're looking for like higher search volume, because if we start bidding on something like this, engagement anniversary gifts for her, well, that's not going to work. His and her proposal gifts for her, there's 40 searches. That's not really enough. But if I go maybe to my future wife, and then gift for let's try this. Just start exploring a little bit. So you can see gift for a fiance actually has a lot more volume, 2,400 per month versus 1,600 for these ones. And then you get all the other stuff too. One other thing you can do, if you want to, if you're not sure as far as, you know, what keywords do I put in here, I'm just going to take a little, I'm going to take a little screenshot and see this. Oh, my mouse is buggered up. There we go. Just want to get a quick screenshot of that, just so I have it. It's easier than trying to copy and paste sometimes. But we can also plug in up here. We can put URLs, so we can start with a website. If we start with our own website, let's just see what Google thinks. Oops. Where's it? Here. So take your actual listing and plug that in here. And then use only this page. Let's see what they think it is. So it's coming up as, like down here, it's coming up as necklace, gold chain, necklaces for women, gold chain, pearl, diamond, gold necklace. I'm not really, gotta work on my keywords, I guess. Necklaces for girlfriend. Ooh, but that, if you see stuff like that, make a note of it, because that's got 18,100 searches per month. So if you start running necklaces in a girlfriend niche, that would be probably a keyword you want to bid on. So I could take that, necklaces for girlfriend, and I could put, I'm just going to open up a little notepad here. I could translate that to necklaces for fiance too. So, oh man, come on. I'm going to go like this. For fee. Try that. And then I'm going to put my other ones over here too while I have it up. So these are like possible keywords that I want to be creating campaigns on. Engagement. Hope I spelled that right. Gift for her. See if it's right. Gift for. And what you want to have is about 10 of these to start, 10 keywords. So that's kind of your goal. So let's keep looking through. Yeah, they're really pulling on the necklace and every variation of it, but they're not really pulling on what I want. So what we can do is go here and basically take couples. I want to find, yeah, so here's a page on Etsy, right? Engagement gifts for her. So all of these are engagement gifts, and that's kind of my market. So let's take this URL and let's plug it into the keyword planner. And let's see what Google thinks this page is about, keyword wise. Really? You suck, Google. Page. No data. Okay. That's odd. Next. 32 perfect gifts for your friend, and just 10 engagement gifts. Okay, here's one. Let's try this one. So this is all about engagement gifts for her that will win her heart. Okay. Let's see if the keyword planner is not broken. Okay, here we go. So based on this page, which is on the first page of results, Google now says, here's all the keywords that would suit that page. Engagement gifts, look at that, 33,100. So if I look at my product, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Engagement gift ideas, engagement party gifts, engagement presents, engagement gifts for couples, engagement gifts for her. I think I have that one. But I don't have the very generic engagement gifts, so maybe I could add that one. Oh dear. What did you do there? That one here. So let's add just basically engagement gift ideas. Best engagement gifts, 2,400. That's pretty good. Now I don't know if this is for like necessarily a guy buying it for his future bride, or if it's for a mom or dad buying it, but we'll find out pretty soon here. Engagement mugs, engagement gifts for bride. So that's got really low search volume. Good engagement gifts, cute engagement gifts. Well, so that's an idea, but let's start plugging in. So let's get out of this. And let's start plugging this in. So, no, I don't want to use that. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to put, I just had an idea too. Oh, let's start here. See if anything comes up. A little bit low search volume, but that is kind of what we want, an engagement necklace. So let's add that to our list. And the cool part is you don't have to be exact with this. You just have to do your research to find some base stuff. So there's 10. So that's pretty good to start with. So we're going to focus on these 10 to start. And if you have, engagement pennant, no. Anything that has that low search volume, you're not going to get any kind of results with, you're not, the impressions just aren't there. So if I search this by average, sort it by average monthly searches, see engagement ring necklace, Tiffany. Yeah, we don't want that. Necklace for engagement ring, necklace for fiance. That's probably a good one. But that, see, to me, that's the male one, so there's confusion there. 1 carat engagement necklace instead of ring. Well, I don't think people are going to be buying this as an engagement necklace instead of a ring. I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened, but I doubt it. So, all right. So that's a pretty good start. So the next step is we want to create basically a little pixel. So I'm going to show you how to do it just so you know. So go to Tools and Conversions, and we're going to create a pixel for this. So I'm going to go plus, and go website, then I'm going to select the action. It's purchase. Conversion name is purchase to my wife necklace. And we can use the same conversion value for each one. So I'm going to switch this to US. I'm going to set this at, for me, it's 35 per sale. If they buy the gold, it'll be like 45, but I'll use 35. Count 1, not everyone. I'm going to go through the last like 90 days on this. Leave that at 1, including conversions, yes. Last click, that's fine. Create and continue. So now we need to install the tag. So this is where we take this part, copy it, go to our ad account, and we're going to go to settings. So find your necklace, open that in a new tab on Gearbubble. And in here, we're going to go to tracking pixels, and I'm going to go to third party, and I'm going to paste it here, the first part. I'm going to go back to Google, and I'm going to grab the second part. So when this page loads, this part will also fire, and this is the purchase part. So I'm going to put that right below. And then click update. And now I've just set my Google conversion tracking. Now I'm gonna go in here, but I don't want you to get confused. So in here, I believe this is old stuff. Like, you could put your conversion pixel ID in here. You could put your Google Analytics ID in here. You could put just the top part, which is the remarketing snippet. But I just prefer, out of habit, to put it down here in the third party, because then I know for sure that it's going to show up on that sales on the page when they actually make the sale, and it does track perfectly this way. This other way, I'm not 100% on the tracking, so I just use the third party. And this is good to know too, because if you're using even other ones like Pinterest or Snapchat ads or whatever it may be, you can still track things with this just by using the third party box. So we're now set to track, and now all we really need to do is start setting up the ads, because we got our keywords, we got everything ready to go. So I've been experimenting with a lot of, I'll click next and done. I've been experimenting with a lot, like a ton of different, let's go here, all enabled. I don't think I have anything enabled. No, not on this account. So I do have other accounts that I run stuff, but I can't show everything because people love to copy my stuff. So I have dummy accounts that I use for demo purposes, and this is one of them. So we're going to do a campaign, and it's going to be a Google search campaign in here. And when you get in here, just go to all campaigns and hit this plus. So say campaign plus, and we're going to do a new campaign. And then there's a whole bunch of different options. We got sales, leads, website traffic, product, brand awareness, app and promotion, create a campaign without goals, guidance. So usually I'll do this, but lately I've been finding if I want to get sales, I go to sales. If I want to get leads, I go to leads. And I'm finding these two are working better than without any guidance. So without any guidance kind of opens up quite a few possibilities as far as how you can bid. But I don't do website traffic because this is just equivalent to setting your pixel in Facebook to optimize for content views. Same with this product and brand consideration. It's just garbage traffic. This is equivalent on Facebook as like a page post engagement ad, a PPE ad, so it's not very good, and it only works on video anyway. So if you want, like, don't overthink this stuff. I want sales, so go for sales. That's it. Like, it's that simple. There's no need to go and try and reinvent the wheel. Google's algorithm is actually a lot smarter than Facebook's because Google's getting buyer intent traffic all the time. So I think they're a little bit more advanced. So I want sales, so I'm going to go for sales. I want search, right? You can do search, or you can do display, shopping, video, smart, discovery. Shopping is super powerful, but we can't do that unless we have a store. So I really wish we could do that just direct to the platform, but we can't because we have to be able to verify the domain that we own it, and we don't own the domain. Video, of course, I've showed you guys a lot of YouTube ad stuff. Smart is actually one too that is like pretty good. Once you have a couple sales, you can launch smart campaigns, but we're going to go here with search because we know what we want to do. We want website visits. So we want people going there. So now we got to grab our URL where we want them to go, and we're going to paste that in there. Paste. And then we don't want phone calls. We don't want store visits. We don't want app installs. So just click continue. So pretty simple setup. Now I'm going to number my campaigns. This is going to be number 1. And this is going to be Gearbubble. And I'm just going to take the title right off the page so I know which one it is. Actually, I'm not going to take the title. I know number one is that. So here, sorry, I got to pull up keywords. Just start at the top. So this one, just keep it simple. We know it's Gearbubble, so let's go August 13th. Oops. And we're just going to put the keyword. And we want to exclude the display network. And we want to exclude, well, yeah, we're going to exclude search partners too. Because we're just going to go strictly that google.com page. That's where we want to show. So that's my naming. August 13th, necklaces for fiancé. Keep it simple. Now, start dates and end dates, we don't need that. Campaign URL options, I'm going to show you something. We can use what's called a tracking template if you want. This is more for Google Analytics guys, but I know a lot of you do this kind of thing, so I'm going to show you how to track 2 ways. Oops. My mouse will work. Come on. Which it doesn't want to. Just grabbing a tracking template over here. So, what is the tracking template? This is it. So it takes the landing page URL, and this will pass it through to Google Analytics if you have it going. UTM source is Google. UTM medium, in this case, is search, not shopping. You could use this tracking on your other campaigns too. This is totally optional, a little bit more advanced, but I'm just showing you that you can track things 2 ways. So that's it. That's the string. I can post that in the forums too. Just remind me. That's your tracking template for analytics. And then you'll actually see, when you get sales, you'll see where they came from with the keyword on the end there. Because this little keyword variable, UTM term, that will, it'll automatically update to the keyword that the person actually typed in. And it'll show you the results in analytics. So I don't mean to confuse you, but you can do that. Location wise, let's just go United States to start. Because why not? And then down here, languages, we'll do English. Audiences, we're not going to touch this right now. Although I think in here, there is engaged. Is there? Bridal, corporate, party. Maybe it was under topics. Oh, here. No, there's only in a relationship or married. I thought there was engaged, but there's not. So we're not going to bother with that because we're going to focus on our keywords. The budget. What I found is we're going to basically run this the exact same as the sellable method for Facebook ads. Each campaign, you're going to have multiple campaigns, and each one is going to be dedicated to one keyword. And we're going to use low budgets to start. It just seems to work best. So I'm actually going to go with like $10 a day on these. which is, I know usually I go 20 on Facebook, but I find the less money you give Google to start, especially when they don't really have any kind of data, the better it performs. So we can now, for scaling later on, say this campaign is working, we can increase the budget and it will still continue to work. The return on ad spend or the ROI will drop a little bit, but it'll still work. So start at 10. Now, what do we want to do? So we want conversions, conversion value. Others is click or impression share. You can get even more down here. If you go there, now you got target CPA, target ROAS, maximize clicks, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target, and you got manual. So usually I'll go manual. Lately though, I've been going with this, target CPA. So what that means is, how much do I want to spend per sale? And if I say, okay, I'm making $35 revenue, so I'll spend up to $25 to get a sale. So just put that in there. If you find that you're not really getting much traffic, then increase the target CPA number. So you're giving Google a lot of freedom here. But I found even when I started running Google ads again, I was getting hung up on the cost per click. And I was saying, you know, if that cost per click is too high, I'm not going to make any money. But the fact is, sometimes the more expensive clicks convert a lot better because it's premium traffic compared to the low cost clicks. So I could run this campaign worldwide and I could set the target CPA at like a lot lower and I'll still get a ton of traffic. It's just it won't convert because it's cheap traffic. So there's always a trade-off and there's a fine line between what you're willing to pay and what your cost per click is and what your conversions are going to be. So I almost want to ignore the cost per click column when I'm looking at Google ads now, because as long as I'm spending like, you know, $25 and I'm getting a sale and I'm making $35, that's a $10 profit in my pocket. I don't care if that was one click for $25, honestly. That doesn't matter to me. I mean, a $25 click is pretty expensive, but that's an extreme example. Just to show you that, like, the cost per click just doesn't matter, okay? So that's what I would do now. Use target CPA if you're not getting anything. And typically this is reserved for once you have about 50 sales, but I've been finding I've been launching it right off the hop and it's been working okay. So under show more settings, we do want to hit the conversions and we want to choose the action, and that's select conversion actions. And here we'll go with that new one that we just hooked up there, and then save. So we got our To My Wife necklace. Schedules all day, add rotation, that's fine. Now, site links, callouts, and call extensions. I know they really want you to put these in, but we're going to skip them. I rarely use them unless it's for my own lead generation campaigns. I never really bother. So what are we going to name this one? Well, keep it simple. Paste there. Necklaces for fiance. That's it. Now keywords. I'm going to enter keywords manually. And here, I'm going to use a little site called AdWords Wrapper. And it's free. So all I'm going to do is plug in my keyword. And I'm going to click Wrap. And what I want is this one, modified, broad, phrase, and exact. So I'm going to click in here, select all these. Oops, damn it. I'll do that again. My mouse is like super annoying. Okay, Control A, Control C there. So just copy all those, go back to your search, click in here and paste. So what I put, the broad modified match means they have to have these phrases in when they're typing in. It has to be necklaces and for and fiance, but it can be in any order and there can be any words before or after or in between. So it's broad match, but modified. If I just go without the plus signs, it gives Google too much freedom. Then the double quotes means there can be words before or words after, but it's got to have necklaces for fiance. It could say best necklace, great necklace for fiance today, tomorrow, next year, in red, or whatever on the end. And then exact match means it's got to match this phrase exactly. So only if somebody types in necklaces for fiance exactly. So that's your 3 ones that you're going to use: broad match, modified, phrase match, and exact match. Okay, now we're going to save and continue. And then we want to create the ad. So I had a $10 budget. I'm just putting one ad. When I scale, I'll put multiple ads, but to keep it simple, and because the budget is so low, I don't really want it rotating between ads right now. So I'm just going to do one. So the headline is always including your keyword. So you put necklaces for fiance ? Always, like without exception, do that because it just improves your click-through rate. And people, if they type that in, then they see an ad for it, they'll go for it. Okay, so necklace for fiance. We have, wait. We can do this. Your search is over. Then we'll put so if I typed in necklaces for fiance into Google and then Google told me your search is over, check this one out, maybe I would, right? Like, why not? So then go back to your here, and just what I like to put is what it actually says. So to my future wife, I'm so lucky to have found you. I love you. So on the description, I'll put to my future wife, I am so lucky to have found you. I love you. And then down here in description 2, I'll just say, get her this necklace now. You will love it. That's about it. You can say whatever you want, but the key is that putting in the headline 1 is putting the actual keyword for the ad group. Now I'll click save and continue. Just gonna check what happened. Oh, targeting. No traffic. Check your campaign targeting settings. Fix this. Okay, what did I do? Didn't like that, eh? Maybe that was it. Check your targeting settings. Fix it. Okay, what are my targeting settings? What are you doing here, Google? Took off my... Oh, maybe I had to click in here. Let's see if that worked. Nope. Maybe it's saying there's no traffic for this one. Let's try another keyword. That's strange. I haven't really seen that before. Let's try this. On my wrapper. I don't know. I really haven't seen that before. Yeah, it is a bug. Let's try another one. And then Control A, delete, Control E. Sometimes when you paste things and then you don't actually use the arrows or whatever inside here, it thinks that the box is empty. Maybe that's a bug. Do I have to manually type these? I think I got it. Yeah, just a bug. Okay. Oh, a bugger. Not cool. Not cool at all, Google. So now let's just rename this to, instead of that, we'll call it engagement gift for her. Save. There. And if we go into this, engagement gift for her, that's cool. But now, I gotta change the ad. man. Little bug going on, so let's remove that. Okay, that's what it should look like. Now go to the ad. We got to edit the ad. Because this one is Nicholas's fiance, right? For fiance, so let's go. There. Much better. Save. Oops. Cancel. Hey, go back. Oh, Google. You're really ticking me off today. There. Engagement gift for her. All right, your search is over. Okay, so now we have number 1 ready to go. It's under review. It's expanded text, that's fine. So what do we do with all these other keywords, right? So I am actually going to try and do that one again. Actually, no, I'll just go with this. To my future wife will be my next one. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go here. Wrap them. There. Okay, so that's ready to go. Now, I've got this all set up and created, but I don't really want to go back through and do everything over again because why would I bother? So go up here to all campaigns and campaigns. Now you're on the campaign tab, right? Campaigns. And then select this one, go edit, copy, right? One campaign copied, edit, paste, and then it'll go into this account, done, and then click paste. So what I just did is an exact copy of the whole thing I just did, the whole first campaign. But I'm going to go in now and I'm going to edit this one to suit. So basically all I'm going to do is change a keyword and I'm going to update the ad to reflect the new keyword. And if it says it could take a few minutes, that's a bad thing because it literally will take a few minutes. Oh, done. Okay, good. So you can see they put in the copy. So deselect that. Now go here and let's change this title. If you had a mouse that works, that's even better. So delete. There, to my future wife. Now here on the naming too, I could call this -02 if I really wanted to. Then I could call this -01. So you know the base campaign is number 1, but this is like, you know, version 1, version 2. So now to my future wife, so I want to click it to go into it. Because in here, in the ad group, I want to name it to the new name. And now I'm inside the ad group, so I want to go to keywords. And I want to select all, because it's got engagement keywords. And I want to go edit, remove, confirm. And now I want to go plus, and then, yeah, to my future wife ad group. Now go back here and select all these. Just do Control A, Control C. Go back here and paste. So I've got all the match types. Click Save. Status unknown. Okay, that's interesting. And then I'm going to go to Ads and Extensions. And I just want to click this little pencil mark. Click Edit. And all I really want to do is go like this. To my future wife. And then save ad. There. So what I did is create an exact duplicate of the first one very quickly. So you can see as you move along, it's a lot easier. So now go all campaigns, campaigns. And then we'll do a duplicate of this one. Copy, edit, paste. The duplication is a little bit clunky in here compared to Facebook, but it's necessary. So I know a lot of people might say, well, why don't I just throw all those keywords in one campaign and one ad group and let it run? Basically, it'll just pick like 1 or 2 or 3 in there and it'll dump all the budget on those and the other ones will get ignored. Kind of like when you run a CBO campaign without a max spend limit. So if you do that, then like in comparing, like Facebook will always just take the one they like best, and that's where they're going to run the bulk of their traffic to. So you don't want to do that. So here we're going to go, let's actually go really broad this time. I'm going to do all these, but I'm just going to demonstrate a couple because it'll take like probably, I don't know, 45 minutes to do all these, especially when you're first starting. Even for me, you can see my mouse is not loving me today, so let's call that engagement gifts. Then we'll go there. So in this case, like the other one says, to my future wife and engagement gifts for her, right? But in this case, I do want to do one thing a little bit different, and that is on the demographics. I want to make sure that I'm targeting, well, I probably should do this for all of them. Yeah, I think I'll go through and do it for all of them. One thing I forgot, demographics, gender. I want to remove the females from all these. Same with this one. I want to remove the females. Same with this one. I want to remove the females. Yeah, forgot to do that. Just because if it's a gift to my future wife, I don't want to show it to females. Now I know there are like maybe a lesbian female would like it, but that market is not really what I'm after right now. So just make sure you exclude those. Okay, so now we got engagement gifts, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to modify the name to engagement gifts. And then up here, I'm going to go to keywords. And I'm going to select all, edit, remove, confirm. And then go, well, that's working. I can go over here and wrap this. And then Control A, Control C. Hit the plus sign, select your ad group, go in there, paste, save. And then the ad is the last part. And let's go here, let's edit it. And this is just going to be save. Okay, so let's do maybe a couple more, just to show you guys how repetitive it gets. And you do get faster at this as you do more. So let's select that, edit, and then I'll do the rules after this, and then we'll close it up. Unless anybody has any questions, copy, edit, paste, done, paste. So what's my next keyword? You know what, let's try this. I don't think there was all that much search volume on this one, but did we do gift for fiance? So I like this one better. I'm gonna do all 10, but showing you here. Okay, so get rid of that. Go up here. We got 2 spaces there. Calls number 4. Next step, click it, change the name, save. Next step, keywords, select all, edit, remove, confirm, go to the wrapper, paste, wrap, copy, plus, add group, paste, save. Ads, edit, and here is a keyword. Gift for fiance. Okay, just forgot what I was on. And then save ad. Done. See how fast I did that one? Pretty good at it. Proud of myself. Okay, so now you're going to continue through all 10 of them. And you know, like the Sabo method, it's like 10 new campaigns per day. Same here, 10 new campaigns per day. So if you're finding that maybe one of these keywords is working, say engagement gift for her, the first one is working, you're going to do duplicates of that one. That's it. And if you want to expand to other keywords, you can. Now, what we will be doing is looking at this. So from a management point of view, if you click on, let's go back to campaigns. So we've got 4 campaigns ready to go. They're actually eligible. They're learning. That's cool. So let's say we go into engagement gift for her, and you're like, okay, here, we're in the ad group. Now let's go to keywords. So I know what keywords I'm bidding on, but what did people actually type in? I'll go to search terms. You'll actually get a list of the exact search terms that people typed in. And this screen that I'm on right now is where you find the most golden nuggets for keyword research in the world. It's better than the keyword planner, better than anything else you can use, because say with the broad match modified, say you pull in something that you didn't think of, and then you can take that keyword, that search term is keyword. I don't know why they did. Well, I guess search term means what somebody actually typed in, so that makes sense. So we'll make a note of that, add it to our little notepad, we'll do a duplicate of the campaign, and we'll use that search term that actually converted profitably. So there's another campaign that we can do. So you've got that way to expand and do 10 per day. And you've also got your best performing campaigns, because they're only running at $10 per day. You can do multiple duplicates of them. Okay, now people say, oh, I'm competing against myself. Well, do you want to compete against yourself, or do you want to compete against everybody else? Compete against yourself, own that spot. Nothing wrong with that. Later, when you find one of these campaigns is really working well and it's got like 50 conversions and they're all profitable, now you can start ratcheting up the budget. So you can go from 10 to 20 to 50 to 100 to 250 to 500 per day. But you can't scale vertically by increasing the budget until the actual campaign has data and it has conversions and it knows exactly who to show the ad to, or it performs better. We can't just go up to a huge number right away. I mean, you can start these campaigns at $500 per day, but you're going to lose money because Google isn't going to know the exact person to show your ad to, the best person. So I find on Google, whenever I increase the budget on anything, my ROI dips dramatically at the start. But if I start low and then increase it up slowly over time, it actually holds pretty steady. So I just decided that I'm going to take the exact same methods that are working for me on Facebook, and I'm going to apply them to my Google search and my YouTube ads as well. And it works a lot better. I don't know what it is about the low budget stuff, but it just works very well. Oh, somebody said, did you forget to change the UTM? Absolutely, I forgot to change it. So remember that UTM thing? So let's go here. All campaigns, I'll show you the mistake I made. So number 1 is set. Number 2, I got to fix. So let's go to number 2. And let's go to settings. And let's go additional. Campaign URL. Yeah. So I would call this, actually, -02. There. So that is number 2. And then while you're on the screen, you can now go to this side. Oops. I'm going to save it. But while you're on the screen, just go here to the next one, additional. This is because I messed up. And I want to differentiate, right? Campaigns. Save, good call, nice catch. I get talking and I forget. Additional. This is number 3, see? 1-3. So I want to make sure this is 1-3. And then here. 4. And then you keep going all the way out, 10 campaigns. So you could do, you could start at 5 campaigns at $10 per day. That's $50 a day, spread amongst 5 different campaigns. Or you can go with 10 campaigns. You can even test new stuff exactly this way. So if you're banned from Facebook, do this instead. Take the Sabo method and apply it to Google search ads. Take the method and apply it to YouTube ads. It works a lot better. So we're not quite done yet. This looks lovely. It's all good to go. Managing, it's just basically doing duplicates of the winners and going to your search terms for your keywords and seeing what else is coming in there. And you can create new campaigns for that. Then once you get some actual conversions on these campaigns, you can start increasing the daily budget, okay? But we do need something to manage it, and that's where we go to tools and settings and rules. So there are a couple of rules in here already, but I'm gonna create new ones. So I'm gonna do campaign rules because for the sellable method, it is at the campaign level. So the rule is this, 001 campaigns. And this one is going to be, wait, what am I doing here? It totally changes the display on me. That threw me off for a second. Okay, so pause if no sales. So for here, I'll go select option, pause campaign. And then for campaigns, I'll go selected and I'll just type in 001. And here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And conditions, all but remove. So I'm going to add a condition, and this is performance. This is cost is greater than. In this case, we'll say, no, 25. So if it spends $25, add a condition, and we'll go conversions, and conversions is less than 1 without a sale, then shut it off. And now they've changed the actual dashboard here. So this is good that we're doing new ones. So we can do this daily, and we'll run this at noon. There's noon. 12 p.m. and then we'll do it again at midnight. So we'll call this pause if no sales at noon. And 001 means it's applying to all my 001 campaigns. But as you create more campaigns, you have to apply the rule to the new ones, okay? So we'll save that. And then we'll do a second one. Whatever, loads here. Come on, there you go, good job. And then campaign rules again, we'll name this one. They're pretty much the same, except this is midnight. So with Google, you can't run them every 30 minutes. So the action is pause campaign, and this is selected, and this is 001. Select all those. Actually, I had other 001s in there, so probably should change the number. Done. And then again, if performance cost is greater than 25, same conditions, and cost per conversion is less than 1. And this will be daily at 12 o'clock a.m. So there's rule kind of 1 and 2. There, these two. So now let's go with kind of rule number 3, which is 001. So at noon, we're going to run this rule to check and see if it's profitable. And if it's not, it's going to pause the campaign. So it will be again selected, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here the condition is a little bit different. It is conversions is greater than 0 and cost per conversion. So conversions, cost per conversion is greater than, let's say, our break even, 35. If that's the case, then at noon, we're going to want Facebook, Google to shut it off. So that's what this rule is saying. And then we'll do one more campaign. And this will be at midnight. I'm finding just running it twice a day is enough. And especially since we're just using really low budget ones. And here again, conversions greater than 0, and conversions cost per conversion is greater than 35. That's my break even. Run this at midnight, which is at the top. Save. So there's my 4 rules that I want to be running. Let's go back. And then, so all 4 of these will contain it. As you create more campaigns, you do have to add the new campaigns to the rules. There's no, like in Facebook, I could set the rules once and they can apply to them all. But if I go back to my rules, you can see there's no real way that I've seen. Maybe there is. Let me just run a thing here. Conditions. Well, budget type. I looked in here before, I didn't really see anything. I was hoping they had campaign name in here. Oh, they do. Crap. Okay. That's different. So, if campaign name, yeah, we can redo these. So let's make it simple. Let's get out of this. Sorry. Brain fart. We added all these at once. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna edit these. Sorry. Stupid. Let's go here. So let's go to the first one. Pause if no sales at midnight. Edit. So selected campaigns. We're going to edit this. Campaign and selected accounts. Conditions. We're going to add the condition under name. Now where did I find that? Attributes. Campaign name contains 001. So what I did, let's just save that. To set it up this way, I'm sorry, I do apologize. And midnight is what we did. Noon, pause if no sales at noon. So we're going to go here. We're going to go not selected. We're going to go all campaigns. And then conditions, we're just going to add that one under attributes. Campaign name 001. Now you could set this to say Sabo too if you wanted, but since I didn't add that word, I'm just going to use 001. Actually, Sabo would be smarter. Yeah, I'm just having a bad morning here. Let's match it right up. Sabo, edit. Apply to campaign with selected accounts. Add condition. Attributes. Campaign name. Save. 2 more to edit. Then we'll edit the campaign names too. Not profitable at midnight. Edit. Instead of selected, switch that to that. Add the condition attributes. Yep, so now, yeah, we won't have to set up these rules again. They'll apply to every campaign that has the word Sabo in it, just like Facebook. Just like how I should have done it in the first place, but I haven't had enough coffee yet today, and I screwed up, because I am human, and I do make mistakes. Sabo. Boom. Nice. Okay, now, let's go back. We won't have to set those up again, but we need to edit these. And we just need to put the word Sabo. Good old Sabo. Copy that. Save. Edit. Save. Edit. Save. Edit. Save. There we go. Bob's your uncle. We are done. So it's now the rules are checking for any campaign that has the word Sabo in it, and it's going to run those 4 rules. So now we don't have to do the rules again, which is how I should have done in the first place, but I didn't. So now, actually, this is good that you can see that when you make a mistake, when you do mess up, and I do mess up, you can edit things. It's not the end of the world. Don't panic, and then you're good to go. So let's go to some questions. Can we use auto tagging instead? Sure you can. You can use that. Is it a Google bug? We just can't publish. Did you forget to change UTM tracking? Yes, I did. Fix that. Maybe I missed this. When you go to the item search for, actually what most people looked for, did you do that first to get your keywords? No, you can't do it first because traffic has to actually run before you can do that. So under right now, if I go into a campaign, there'll be nothing under search terms. I wish there were, but they don't really know. Like I've got to run traffic to these in order to see this page. So once I have traffic, like after a day or two, then you can come in here and you can start looking through here. And you can also be building your negative keyword list too, which is important. And I should have mentioned that, but any keywords you see in here that aren't converting, if there's a common theme, if there's a common word, you're going to want to create a negative keyword list. You're going to want to exclude that from all your campaigns. So say somebody's looking for cheapest engagement gift for her on Amazon. Well, then you'd want to actually create a negative keyword list under here, tools, and then where is it? Shared library, negative keyword list, and then you want to create one. So we're going to create one. The list name is going to be called to my future wife. And in here, you're going to add it. So we're going to put plus Amazon. If somebody's looking for something on Amazon, maybe we don't want to show it to them. Or what about this? Cheapest? I don't know. The terms that you put in here, let's put, maybe they don't want something red. It just really depends. You can add as many as you want. Then you click save. So now you've got this to my future wife keyword list. And if you go back here to the campaigns, so under this one, I can do keywords and I can do negative. And then what I can do is actually add. So click plus and then use the negative keyword list. And I could use this one in this campaign. And then that negative keyword list, I can apply it to all the campaigns too if I want. Just click on the next one, plus, use negative, save, that one, plus, use negative, save, that one, plus, use the list, click it, save. So now all these campaigns are working off this negative keyword list, which I can edit too. So right now it's got red in it, and I can add more if I want. I can just keep everything in here. So all my campaigns will work off of this. So if somebody types in red in any of those, it's not going to show the ad, which is pretty cool. Okay, I should have mentioned that too before. Did you scale this necklace on Facebook successfully? I went camping, so I shut it off. But I am going to scale it successfully. I went camping for a week, so I've been kind of off the grid for a while. But getting back into it, yes, I'm going to. Can we create add to cart conversion for Gearbubble? We can create it, but I don't know where to add it, and I don't know how they're going to track it. Like I know for my my lead stuff on my own site, I actually have. I'll show you real quick here. Let me switch accounts. No, let's go back here. Okay, so I've got I've got this one running for, let's go to campaigns. So what I've got on, for my own website, I'm running a kind of a webinar generate leads. And I've got a budget of 100 a day. So here I've got a view content pixel, I've got a lead pixel, I've got an add to cart pixel, and I got a purchase pixel. And I've set up my columns to display all those. Unfortunately, what you're asking on Gearbubble directly, since I don't have access to the add to cart page directly, like that pixel placement where it is now, it's only on this one. This tracking code is only when they buy. They don't have another spot like conversion snippet. They don't have a spot for add to cart snippet or a view content snippet. If they did, then we could do it. Putting it in here as your conversion pixel, even that isn't going to do it because that's only going to show on the thank you page. So it's a limitation of using the platform. But I mean, I'm optimizing my campaigns for purchase anyway. So the add to cart rules that I'll use in the Sabo method, I can't really apply them here. You could do it if you had your own store. Like I said, here, I mean, I can apply rules to add to carts and purchase and view content, everything, and even leads very easily. But with Gearbubble Direct, I can't do it. So yeah, good question, but it is a limitation that we have. On average, should we find, in average, when we should find winner per testing, like percentage-wise? So out of your tests, 30% will be winners, 5% will be big-time winners, in my experience. So what that means is if you launch 5 and they all fail, the numbers will turn around. If you launch 5 and they all fail and you quit too early. So if you launch 3, one of them should be getting sales. If at 5%, if you take your calculator out, take 5%, 1 divided by 0.05, you need 20 tests to find a definite winner at 5% success rate. Okay, at 30.3, they're an inverse. Yeah, so you need 3.3 launch to get one that has at least 1 sale, and you need 20 launched to find a definite winner. That's on average. I mean, most people that quit too early have never launched 20 campaigns because they quit. Especially when you're starting out and you don't really know your niche yet. You don't really have your keywords down. You don't really know any of that stuff. Even on Facebook, you don't know your ad account is not strong enough to find these people. It takes some time, it takes some money, and it takes some failing initially in order to find the winners. The ones who can push through that initial barrier, it's like a barrier to entry to the success club. Think of it that way. So you can knock on the door like 20 times, one of them is going to be a definite winner. Or you can knock on the door like 3 times, one of them is going to get at least a sale, but it might not be a definite winner. Ready? Okay, so with that, I think I'll close it off. This is the basic structure. You're going to have 10 of these, or I mean, go with 5 if you want. $50 a day is fine. Your rules are going to manage this. Any duplicates you do, any new campaigns you do with the word Sabo in them, all those beautiful rules are going to apply to it. So there's no need to be redoing rules anymore. I don't know why I forgot that. I apologize. Brain fart. Need more coffee. That's all it is. It's early. I'm a night hawk. But if you're banned from Facebook, if you're sick of Facebook, test your campaigns this way. Test your designs this way. Use the Sabo method on Google. So we can call this Sabo for Google search ads. What's a good acronym for that? There really isn't one. Sabo GSA and Sabo Facebook, I guess. They're the exact same method. It's just different platforms. G-Sabo. That's a good one. Google Sabo. Yeah, I like that. So Google Sabo. There we go. Perfect. Call it that. And the other one would be F Sabo, I guess. All right, guys. I'm going to close it off with that. The next challenge coming up is going to be a doozy, so stay tuned to the forums. You're going to love it. A little bit different than we usually do, but it's going to be a beast because we're going to be selling that beautiful product that everybody has to use now, apparently, and it's highly profitable. So the only thing is I won't really run it on my Facebook ad accounts, but I'll run it on my Google Ads accounts. So, and I'll run it on Etsy too. I have no problem with that. So kind of a different spin for the next one. And then we're getting into the Christmas season, which is like shooting fish in a barrel. You're going to love the Christmas season. It is awesome. That's when I make the most money in print on demand for the whole year in like November, December, but it starts in October too. So really great time to be in this business. Summer is a little bit slow, but I mean, that's natural. Everything moves in big cycles and we're just at the low point in August, but it's only up from here. So that's a good thing. All right. We will see you guys on the forums. I'll post up this replay and everybody have a good day. We'll see you later.